This is the Lords Network. I'm Justin Horo, joined by the Triple OG Willie Mason and the bro Lukey Stowe. Want to start off with thanking our community and our followers. And Lukey's laptop goes off as trying to distract me as we're going through. This is we're 10 weeks in. So as you know, this year I've done a little bit different. Just giving an update for the people that have liked, subscribed, and followed us on social media. So firstly, I want to let everyone know since round 13 to round 22, we've had just under 2,000 new subscribers. We've had just over 4,000 new followers on Instagram. So I just want to thank everyone for doing that. Remember, like, subscribe, follow, comment. Lukey, anything else?
If we get to 100K, I believe we'd be the first independent NRL podcast to hit 100K on TikTok. We're only 9,000 away.
What about the Beak? The Beak's 100.
Nah, Beak's only he's got 10K behind us. Beak's only 80.
So what? So let's get that up.
That's like how school kids just watching you or I was out there.
Kempy's smashed us at everything else. This is an opportunity to get him, respectfully.
We love the
Hello Sports boys. Where are they at?
There is 70.
Byron, can you check? Let's check all the healthy competition because
that's why a bunch of school kids just recognise me outside. It's fucking TikTok.
I tell you what. Yesterday, calling the game, Tigers versus Bulldogs, I went down onto the field. Heavy Tigers influence. Yeah. All the Tigers fans were screaming at me, mate.
Good shit, you did it for 80 minutes.
Yeah,
hey?
They were screaming at me. They go, I can't wait to hear Willie on the
Well
pod.
done, Tigers.
I said, boys, we'll get to it, and we will get to it. Because like I said, with this, even though I joke about getting the boys because Kempy and those Hello Sports and Gemma, they're killing it as well. It's all about our own growth, mate. It's all about competing against ourselves. So I love seeing those numbers.
Yeah. So by round 66,
nice.
Bloke in a Bar 80, Hello Sports 71, Levels 91.
91.
Come on,
let's go, baby.
Come on, Gen Z,
Let's
get
go.
behind us.
We got a Sammy Consistent just off the debut and come through and get the 100.
Yeah, we can't get the
we can't be 99 not out.
We can't get the yips on 90s. No, we've got to keep going through.
Come on,
So
Gen
TikTokers,
Z.
if you're out there, let's go, baby. Let's get to the biggest story of the weekend. That wasn't, I guess, a player's action. And it's disappointing that we're even talking about this, but I just want to get your take, mates. We haven't had a chat about it right now. And I think this sums it up perfectly for Titans fans, which are good news times. Sorry, let's get that again. Good news times G&T. He's a strong Titans fan. He's messaged us a couple of times, and he's always had a really good feel for everything that's happening at the Titans. Lads, hope you're doing well and better than me as a Titans fan. Give me strength. I'm going to need to hear some opinions about Penrith's blatant, deliberate, unsportsmanlike conduct, allegedly. Could it not be enough for the opposition to let the match play out fairly? With all the detail of becoming 4-time premiers, do we all believe it's an honest mistake, as Ivan put it, to have a trainer run through JC's eye line as he's lining up a kick to give the Spooners a 4-point lead? I'm also waiting to hear thoughts about the non-call of Toto, head high in Sammy over the line that resulted in being put on report without either a sin bin or penalty try. I'll also add that Philip Sammy was sent for an HIA.
Yeah, he was done.
As well. He'd come back onto the field, but that cost him 15 minutes on the field. Guess who was in the bunker? I reckon Scope knows this. There's no such thing as a 50-50 call on the Gold Coast. As a Titans and Rugby League fan, I'd really appreciate you boys and other media outlets to start calling this out because the NRL, and especially Graham Annesley, has not and will not take action otherwise. Without a change, as I've had joyous years to witness, we still stay a loser, no hope, purgatory club. Fucking see you next year. Love the pod.
Yeah.
There's a lot there.
Just get out of the fucking way. You know what I mean? Get out of the way. You know exactly what you're doing. He's fucking kicking on the sideline. Don't run in his eye line. I'm not a kicker, but I'm pretty sure it puts you off, right? Right when you're about to kick it. Like you're lined up, you've got all this. There's a routine these guys go through, right?
Yeah.
It's a proper routine. It's not you just get there, get the ball and just fucking have a kick like an under 10s.
Yep.
This is an important kick too.
Well, and everyone knows that rule.
Like, just get the fuck out of the way.
I did have some
We shouldn't
questions.
be talking about fuckwits like that.
Yeah. Let's go through, and I've got a bit of a timeline for some of the misdemeanors that the Panthers trainers have had in years past too, because I thought, at first thought when I seen it, I thought, oh, they've done it again. I was mistaken. It actually happened against them. But to finish off, I want to go through everything and then we'll just discuss it if you want to jump in at any time. So Panthers trainer Corey Bocking has been slammed for a disgraceful act in Penrith's Golden Point win over the Titans on Saturday afternoon. While Andrew Voss added, that is disgraceful. That is absolutely disgraceful during the call live. You can't make that mistake. Unbelievable. Come on. Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen that? That's during the call. That's Vossi live. That's his thoughts, and that would have been echoed by 99% of everyone who was watching the game and watching the incident happen, including myself.
Well done, Vossi.
My first thought was they've done it again. Now, in order to prepare for this, to make sure I got all my facts right, it actually happened against them. So in 2022, in an NRL game between the Penrith Panthers and Parramatta Eels, it was actually Eels trainer Steve Murphy ran right in front of the goalpost during a Nathan Cleary conversion attempt. Why is this important, Mace? It's because Nath missed the conversion. The Eels lost by 2 against the Parramatta Eels. Steve Murphy's was way worse too. Well, not way worse. They're both just as bad as each other. But Murphy's was so bad that he wasn't even running towards the sideline. He was running towards the opposite side of the field.
Happened.
It was. I had to go back and watch it to see how random it was. Now, Panthers fans, in order to, I don't know, justify the actions of the trainer, are bringing up that as an example. But that's also an example of why this shouldn't have happened. Because it happened against you guys in 2022, everyone, even if you, and this is a point that I had down here before, even if it was an honest mistake, that was the rugby league definition of negligence.
Yeah.
So how does a trainer of that level get to first grade, one, and make a mistake like that, but also adding in that it happened against them 3 or 4 years previous? Now, I'm not totally familiar with the trainer, Corey Bocking. I don't know how long he's been there. I haven't looked that deep into it. But considering that did happen against you only 4 years ago, surely there was chat around it during that time where that's just unacceptable. I thought it was unacceptable when it happened so many years ago, and I find it unacceptable now.
It's terrible. Vossi hit the nail on the head. So did you.
Yep.
You just can't have that. The trainers, they're not idiots, man. Like, they know what they're doing. You can't think he didn't know where JC was then. They have routines. He knows that. Maybe he's probably spoken when Cleary did miss it. He probably knows if it's a good chance if I do get that, I'm going to run in front because they'll probably miss it.
See, that's hard to like that.
I don't think it'd go that far.
Yeah,
but
I want to get this up too. So I want to play you this,
or maybe he just didn't see JC.
So
I highly doubt.
Listen to this explanation from Ivan, and see if you can pick up the same things that I've picked up. And we'll see if we're on board with this, because I always I've got a view on things when I watch presses, and they're a part of the way I build out the shows.
Yeah.
This was the explanation. 1 second. I got the time. Super convincing to you?
Of course you're going to apologise. You got caught.
Here, I want to clarify. I want to watch the start again and see if you picked up what I picked up.
Nath? Yeah, I saw it straight away. Look, Nath put his head down. I was like,
And
he's also saying way too much.
Hey?
I think he's saying way too much.
So, you know what? And this is what I want to make clear as well. I think this is a poor, and we'll go through some incidents that the Penrith Panthers have done. By no means do I put any blame on. I don't think this is an instruction by Ivan.
No.
And I want to make that clear. But Nate's body language to me shows that he is disappointed. In my opinion, I haven't just reading body language. He's disappointed in what happened.
You know why?
Because we should be talking about
that fucking kick and the comeback.
Yeah,
unbelievable. Yeah, we're talking about the trainer.
Yeah,
it's terrible what they. I mean, I'm not. He's going to cop it, right? Obviously, we're talking about him now, and everyone's talking about it. Like he's and I think these trainers don't really give a shit, because he can just go into anonymity. Like no one really cares. Out Penrith, they all love these guys. They're all beloved. It's like, he's not going to get that much hate, and even if he does, he just won't really care, because he can just go back into being the trainer. He's not a player. He's not on social media or any sort of person like that, person of influence. But he'll cop one for the team.
I mean
Trainers
this with
like
all
that.
due respect to all the trainers out there, and I've been with some really good ones, Mason. I want to make this clear. But there are 20 more people at the club that can do that trainer's job right now, next week.
Yeah.
Relay a message, take out the bottles of water, Still be involved, obviously, in training throughout the week because that's not. I reckon he'll be, even if he does get a two game ban, and there has been precedents for that before because their trainers have been banned before for incidents, which we'll get to in a little bit. But I just want to go back to Nathan. Nathan looks disappointed. Like he looks, you can tell. And I love. There's a part of me that respects what Ivan's done, but it's also because he can't throw his trainer under the bus.
He shouldn't have said that much. She should have went. I didn't see it.
But that's a part of. And what do I always say with presses though, Mason Lukey? Whenever I talk about it, you've got to be prepared, and he clearly was. He had a conversation. They had a conversation. He mentioned that at the start, and they've tried to come up with something that they believe was the best excuse. And just because, like normally when you watch an Ivan presser, even though he sort of pauses, like all coaches play the game, they play the media game. You can tell it just didn't sit right with him as well.
No.
I don't think he felt comfortable saying what he was saying, and that's why it sort of went on a little bit longer. I believe this is purely the actions of a trainer who's been an absolute burger, and because they've got, I reckon, because of these misdemeanors and incidents that they've done over the years, they've just always gotten away with it. So it's it can be viewed as gamesmanship. It can be viewed as
that's pretty shit, that one.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst I've seen. Trainers can, you get your trainers on there doing little things, right?
Yeah.
Like nothing like that. I've never seen a trainer do that other than the one that you brought up before, which I barely remember. But I'm like, I've never seen it that blatant. Like he just ran straight in front of him while he was ready to come in for the kick. So you've timed it.
But that's a huge part of this as well, mate. If this was just an isolated incident, then you'd go, all right, shit, he's fine him and all that. But because of the early indiscretions from him, which I'll now get to, and Des says it right. Like Des is on his final warning too, by the way. So this happened at the exact perfect time for Des not be able to blow up. And Des is holding in everything he possibly can. Des did such a good job. Otherwise, I reckon the amount of because he's gone hard in the paint, Des, in the last sort of 8 weeks. I reckon it's a huge fine for the Gold Coast Titans if he'd said anything. Des was asked at the presser if the trainer's actions were gamesmanship. Hasler said, I don't know. I can't really comment. He apologised, didn't he? With a question mark. Sort of left it at that. And all right, and Des is right. Fines and suspension most likely. What will happen to this trainer? But like I said, going back to the point, it won't hurt Penrith at all.
Nothing.
It's not going to help the Titans at all. It's also not going to help any of the other competition at all because not to say that... And I want to make this clear as well. Not to say that Penrith couldn't have gone on. Not to say, well, firstly, who's to know if Jaden Campbell would have kicked it again if the trainer wasn't there? We'll never know. Yeah. Who's to say if Jaden Campbell did even kick it, the Panthers don't score and convert anyway, because that's a possibility. They are the best team in the competition. So we're not saying all that. We're just saying that this shouldn't have happened.
Never.
And when you go back to some of their other indiscretions, so the NRL issued both Penrith and North Queensland trainers breaches for squirting liquid water onto the balls in the round 10 Golden Point game. That was Panthers trainer Shane Alford, so a different trainer on this occasion. It was later uncovered that Mitchell Dunn was also doing the same thing, which is, to my point again, looking at the Panthers trainers, even when it's not the Panthers trainers, it's the opposition trainers are always involved in Panthers games for some reason.
I don't get it with these trainers. Just give fucking players drinks and fuck off the field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've never seen, I know the trainers at the Bulldogs, they would never think about doing stupid shit like this.
So this is what happened
I don't understand it. I really don't. These guys are good people, trainers, physios, all this sort of stuff. You've fucking been in the game for, look, they're usually good dudes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get, make a change in the game because of your little wetting the ball or doing some stupid shit like that.
So after that incident, Mace, the NRL confirmed that there were breach notices.
Embarrassing.
Both clubs were fined $10,000 and had a 2-match suspension. I think that was downgraded to 1 game suspended each for the trainers involved. So yeah, again, another suspension, another fine. You thought that, okay, after that they'd maybe learn their lesson for this game. Well, it goes all the way back it goes all the way back to 21 and 22, mate. So this is Hoops talking about the incident with Green, which is Pete Green. He was the trainer on this occasion. I think he is like their medical trainer. Like he might be a different shirt, but he has the ability to go on.
Lead physio.
All right,
Yeah,
so that's Pete Green. Going back to Penrith's first ever grand final, 2021, the Eels were hot on attack in a game in which they lost 8-6 against the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Mitch Kenny goes down in backfield, 25 metres behind where play was for an ankle injury, not HIA, an ankle injury. And Pete Green ran onto the field, got the attention of Ashley Klein whilst Parramatta were attacking the line and Penrith only had 12 in the defensive line because of the injury. He got 2 games suspended for that. So that he was suspended, and I believe if he did get 2 games, that ruled him out of the grand final, in which they won. Obviously, Stephen Crichton takes the intercept because you've got to remember going back to 2021. People forget this. Penrith lost game 1 against the Rabbitohs, without Latrell, and they were in. Before that, who knows what happens? We'll never know. Like, the rest is history. And I'm not taking away the greatness of Panthers, but you've got to consider that halted the game. Panthers were able to hang on. Great victory, 8-6. They beat Parramatta. Parramatta are out. Penrith go on the next week. They then go on to the grand final, and they right the wrongs of week 1 of finals by beating the Rabbitohs.
Right.
The following year, Rothfield also, this is at the end of 22 talking about the trainers back then. So Rothfield pointed out that Penrith have some form sledging players when Shane Alford had an altercation with Reid Marnie on the first week of finals. Parramatta again, Reid Marnie, he squirted him with water. Shane Alford, mad squirter. Loves proper squirter. So Shane Alford
used to do.
Shane Alford is the same trainer from the Cowboys game, squirting water on the ball.
He's playing the wing.
This occasion, he's squirting Reid Marnie, which leads to a back and forth. And it's just all these incidents.
With Shane Alford, just say Alfie Langer used to do that, right?
Yep.
But it's Alfie Langer, right? He knows everyone. He used to squirt players out because he was always a trainer in Aussie teams and shit.
Yeah.
He should just get me, Bobcat, Ogre, whoever, and just fuck around. Shane Alford don't know Reid Marnie unless they've been mates.
Oh, yeah. Who?
It's also not like the 2020s anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, Alfie's done that to me before, but I know Alfie.
Yeah, okay.
It's a relationship.
Yeah.
He's a relationship with Aussie teams. He would only do it to people that he knew. He wouldn't do it to Reid Marnie was young as hell back then.
But also, this was if I wasn't able to get
no relationship.
I wasn't being able to get clips on it, but I remember at the time there was heaps of push. Remember the early Eels Panthers days before that? The Eels were obviously a part of the grand final in 2023, in which Panthers were dominant. But there was a lot of feeling between the Panthers from 21 to 23 and really good, highly contested games. So again, like I said, if all of these isolated incidents are just one-offs, and just say it's Panthers one game and then the Canberra Raiders the next and your Bulldogs the following, then you'd go, all right, not much to it, give them a fine.
Trainers are just flogs.
But I don't know what's happening.
There's no other trainers doing it.
What's happening with these Panthers trainers?
There's no other trainers doing it. That's what I'm saying. I know the dudes at the Dogs and other teams and stuff. They're cool dudes. Go in there, do your job, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Give water. Don't try and fucking squirt water on me or anything like that. Jeez. Get your shit together.
What do you think? What do you think the punishment will be off the back of it?
Suspended.
Yeah.
He'll take a hit for the team.
Yeah, 2 games.
Yeah, trainers will do that.
Yeah. Do you think they need to make an example of them because they keep the repeat offenders?
How would you make an example? Suspend him for the whole year?
What would an impact of not having a trainer out
Nothing.
there?
It'll impact
Of a
nothing.
game.
Absolutely nothing.
Not trainers.
It's just hydration.
Not game. Yeah, we'll say. So this is and this is why I wanted to make sure and clarify, show full respect to trainers because I've had some really good ones.
Fuck, we've
but
all had them.
Sorry,
and these guys are probably fucking legendary dudes.
probably.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but just don't.
But
do
game
what
day
you're doing.
specifically,
Fuck off.
it's a good question, Luke.
Yeah.
Because all their best work is done throughout the week. Now, I don't know with these suspensions whether that fact, if that was something, if they were not involved throughout the week, because a trainer's role is highly important in preparation. Obviously, it's in the name. You prepare them for the games. Once it gets to game day, they bring on the water, obviously, which keeps you hydrated. Like I said, there are 20 people in the club that can do that. And secondly, they relay information to the players from the coaches. Now, again, there are 20. There's the physio that can do that.
blue shirt.
On this
Blue shirt.
occasion, it is what's his name again? Coming back up the top. So on this occasion, it's Corey Bocking. But next week, Alfred could do that. I don't know. I believe the physio is still there. Green could go out and just relay
The
the
blue
messages.
shirt's the one with the thing and direct from the coach.
Yep.
That's
So-
the direct. And then he'll say it to trainers and all that sort of shit. So
Yeah.
it's not like you're not unsackable. You know what I mean? Like, it fucking sucks. If you during the week, that's where they do most of the work. That's what I said. But like on game day, like I could go do fucking run the water.
Easy. I could do it. I could do it for the Panthers right now if they called me. Probably not going to want me.
If
after
Gus
this.
goes, I need you to run the water next week. Yeah, all right, sweet.
Yeah, we start a
Do
petition.
a little course online and get done.
The only thing would change with Mace is the messaging might be a little bit different by the time it gets from Ciro. It's Chinese listeners.
I forgot. Just fucking rip their heads off.
Mace will change the message from what he perceives needs to be said than what
And he's just
Ciro
talking
said.
to middles.
Oh,
He's
shit,
not
what'd he
talking
say? What did
wingers.
Gus- What's Ciro say again?
You what's that, Ciro? Yeah.
Good, mate.
They don't need to hear that shit.
No, Mace is out there.
And then go say something completely different.
Mace is out there. I got next carry. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, shit, yeah. Anyway, pull your heads in,
Yeah.
Panthers trainers. You're better than that. It just puts a blight on what Panthers are doing. Like,
Yeah.
if you just run through all that shit, like, everyone's going to, like,
It's just annoying. Like, I don't want, what do we talk? I don't, like I said this
it's like
yesterday.
talking about refs.
20 of the best.
Yeah, you're right.
worse.
Yeah, it is. No, this is worse because refs are more important than trainers.
Yeah.
Yeah, refs are way more important.
This is-
trainers. I like.
No, because this challenges the integrity of what they're doing. So that's why it's interesting.
That is big, and because that
word I
they've
was
been
looking for.
they've been so dominant, and people want to they need to find ways to poke holes in them. Like people need that excuse for how dominant they've been.
Yeah.
People
it's the
want
trainers' fault that they're winning.
people want to hate on Panthers,
and you're
this
looking
gives
at
them an
like,
opportunity.
contextually, you're playing the bottom of the table. You're potentially about to lose to the Titans.
So unnecessary.
So let's try and get any advantage we can get because we can't lose this. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Crazy.
Anyway, I'm sure he's a good dude. I'm just saying.
They're all good people.
Yeah.
But you'd know that. And it's just like little things like this. They've done it a few times. That's the problem. I don't see anyone else getting these. If you pulled up the Bulldogs or fucking West Tigers or someone else's trainers, indiscretions,
I did.
bet there'll be zero.
Mate, and let me know if I've missed anyone, but I went back to try to find
what
other
I mean.
trainers' incidents. The only two that I could find were involved in Panthers games.
Yeah.
It's the Cowboys trainer that was squirting the water. So I'd love to know who squirted the first ball. Who was the first offender?
But surely that's like a folklore thing that you can sort of sneakily get away with for years. Like that people have been doing that in your era.
Squaring the ball. Fuck. It wouldn't matter anyway.
I guess on a dry track, maybe.
Yeah.
If it doesn't matter, then why are they doing it? That was
Yeah.
always my argument for it when I first.
suppose.
Those balls are sticky. Like you ever been in the crowd as a fan, you catch it. They're fucking
Well,
stickier than what you get at
I'll
Rebel.
give you an example.
North
I-
Queensland, you wet that fucker up there. It's like a cake of soap.
That's it. It was at North
Yeah,
Queensland,
that's
mate.
right.
It was,
Yeah.
and it was
Now that makes sense.
It was muggy as hell. So, for example, this is if it doesn't, like, we had training methods at Catalan Dragons when Steve McNamara arrived. We were struggling with away games in UK because we would train in really good weather in south of France, but then get to England and be pissing down with rain. So we started wetting the balls and grabbing the balls.
That's right. They were doing it when I was there.
So
No, it does work. No, I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
Like I was just thinking. I'm in Sydney now, but I
you
remember
looking
playing. I remember playing up in North Queensland. It was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
We used to do it all the time. Players used to do it.
This is ChatGPT throwing it under the bus, so we could take it with little asterisks.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
asterisks
foresee
for
that.
chat.
2004 grand final, Tony Grimaldi seen barking instructions mid-play and positioned himself close to the ruck.
Oh yeah, that's heaps. That's really common. So that is really common for trainers. Being told to get off the field because they're too close to the attack or no. It's normally attack. It's normally a trainer spending too much time behind the line directing him.
In D or an attack.
It's got to be attack. You can't.
Okay.
They can never be on defensively.
Okay,
Imagine if a trainer was sitting in behind the defensive line.
Second fullback.
I think Ben Teo's been cautioned before. He could be a player. So what they do is they go out, they give their message, they stay on for the entire set.
Yeah, they push it.
They push it and they get a warning. I think multiple trainers for every team.
Everyone's getting warnings and that
Everyone's-
because like I think Chatty Randall does our blue shirt and he's the direct ear plus he's the defensive coordinator, right? So you know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Or it's just little cues. That's all it is.
Yeah, I've got 10 examples here. Most of them are just no conclusive action or warnings.
Yeah.
No, they're not
which
doing
is
the
just
wrong
little
thing.
things.
You just get told, get off. That's it.
Anyway, it's annoying because, like I said, there are so many variables. Penrith maybe still go win the game. Jaden Campbell still maybe misses the kick, but the fact that the guy and the smirk and like even with the explanation, the part that annoyed me was because
smugness.
Yeah, he had a smugness about him, and the fact the point that Ivan was making about making an interchange when you watch the replay. So if he is indeed in a hurry to get an interchange on, once he runs in front, is cautioned by the referee, he then just like stops, walks, and he's like, "Oh, sorry."
It's not like he was pinned it to the bench.
He doesn't pin it to the bench to go continue to go get the interchange done. He just goes, "Oh, sorry, my mistake got me." Well, if you fucking need to get the interchange, keep sprinting to the play that you need to get on, find out what the communication is, and go back. By the way, and I got this clarified as well. The referee, which was, I wish I remembered his name off the bat. I actually don't mind him. Liam Kennedy, I think, is the referee. Liam Kennedy had the ability, and I got this confirmed by an NRL official. If Liam Kennedy deemed that it affected Jaden Campbell, he had the ability to give Jaden Campbell another kick.
Oh, I thought he was going to say kick it in front.
No, I don't like kick it in
the
front.
preceding kick.
I've heard an argument for kicking it. I don't like kick it in front because
what does it give you that? You just kick it again.
Kick it again from the same spot. You can see the frustration in Jaden Campbell after he missed.
Picks the tee up, throws it, and then realised he chucked it at the kid. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah. So he was clearly in Jaden Campbell's head. I would have loved Liam Kennedy to go, "All right, line it up again." Like I'm not of the opinion that he takes it
not in front. It's not fucking under 10s.
Yeah. So anyway, there we go. What's his name? The Gold Coast fan.
No, I know.
The Gold Coast fan.
It's a long one.
Yeah. Good news, time GNT. There's our thoughts on it.
Time.
25 at the best.
And yeah, it needed to be like it's a big story. And I want to make sure that I'm not hating. So I'll start this week, Mace.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I'm not a Penrith Panthers hater after ripping into their trainers because my young buck of the weekend, despite the shenanigans at the back end, Blaze Talagi.
Yeah, good
20 years old, 35 games, 100 metres, a try assist, 2 tries, and both were special in completely different ways. The ability, let's crack it. Let's crack it for Blaze. The ability to go up and go and get it. I might even have a little sip for Blaze there. Go up, compete one-on-one with a guy like AJ Brimson, who's been awesome for the Titans. And then to get in first receiver, find Nath, push through the middle, make sure that the job's not done. That left edge, Casey McLean, they are absolutely on fire at the moment. Easily the most improved player, in my opinion, in a season that I can remember in a long time. Now, there's probably definitely more examples of a improved player from 2024 to 2025. But I'm talking about the start of 2025 to where he is now.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like it.
Scares me.
And it's time for me to revisit the young buck comparison that I threw up maybe 6 or 7 weeks ago. Now, this is hard because he's not playing at the moment. But after a strong performance by Isaiah Yongi, I threw out the comparison. And this is, I think, going to stick with them for their entire careers.
Yeah.
Yongi versus Talagi. Both teams, in my opinion, are set for the next 10 years regardless. Panthers have their 6 as long as the money's right and they can figure all that stuff moving forward because they do have great players there. And he went there for unders compared to staying at Parramatta. And I think Isaiah Yongi is going to be the long-term answer at fullback for the Parramatta Eels. I asked you the question, like, who's got the better deal out of the swapping last year?
Yeah. What do you reckon?
I think it's even. Like, as a fan of both and someone who misses Blaze, I think it's even.
When Blaze muscles up a little bit, it's going to be a problem too. He's a little baby. Give him 2 or 3 more preseasons, you just big problem on that left edge if he stays there.
He's 20 years old.
Yeah.
Both of them. They're
going to be big
they're
problems
still pups.
in the game. Absolute gun.
But I think the biggest improvement in Blaze, because you've seen the attacking ability last year. the defense has been so good.
Yeah,
mate. He's putting his body in front.
It takes a while to buy into that Penrith. The detail that they have in defense, just like the Bulldogs, right? It's pretty much the same. Ciro built that out there, and you can see how long it takes for people to buy in our system as well. So it's a lot of information, especially on that left three, that 3 spot and 2 spot. It's fucking hard to defend.
It's more so his reads, Mace.
Yeah,
and
we'll bring up the whole time.
We'll bring up an example a little bit later on with King Tongi. I want to talk about him a little bit later on again. It just makes really puzzle. And Blaze was doing it when Blaze was playing in the centres and even at 5'8" last year on occasion for the Eels. He'd make some reads where he'd bite so hard and just completely take himself out of the play.
He's just used in different systems. You just take care. You try and do it yourself.
Yeah,
so connected from the inside, you're outside, you're inside. Everything works. It's a whole fucking big system. It's quite unique.
And he was a fullback coming through the grades.
Yeah.
Which is
It's totally different movements. He's probably, I'm not sure if he played fullback his whole career.
I think so.
To what? Just say he played from Harold Matts all the way to first grade.
Yeah.
Fullback. That's pretty much your 5 years doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Not
training for it. Not training for it.
Not defending.
Yeah.
And he's come into this system, which is arguably the best. And like he's got to learn how to defend properly. Like and actually tackle. And then his movements at the 3-man.
But he's not just making good decisions. They're becoming so good that I reckon teams are having more joy on the opposite side around Nathan and Isaac.
Garner, Blaze.
Garner's playing good footy, mate.
Who's the young kid? The centre and the...
Milky Jenkins and Casey McLean.
Yeah, they're a problem.
Yeah.
Problem.
Yeah.
My Red Bull OG Bull of the Week was going to go to Alejandro Brimson from the Titans if they had a won. So I had to wait all weekend. And I was just like, okay, which is the next best game? And I was like, fuck yes, Tigers, Bulldogs. That was the hardest game, right? And who won out of that game? We all know Tigers fans. And I'm thinking, I always try and go by the hardest game. And it would have been the hardest game for the Tigers.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? And so Adam Doueihi is on a fucking tear right now.
Playing good.
He's outstanding. One try assist.
Should add 2, really. So the offload.
He's outstanding. Like the pickup got me when he picked it up from Berto and just ran fucking 80 on us.
I didn't think he still had that gas.
No, neither did I. He's just come back. Look at the injuries that I've had. Now look at what he's done, right, in the last couple of years, the injuries and to overcome everything and the resilience and everything that he's done. Get on this stage Sunday, shitty conditions, everyone had to play in it, but fucking he was outstanding. He really took him to another level.
Late shift as well too, because Latu Fainu was
he was a starting 7.
And he's been playing in the lock position the last couple of weeks.
Just him around. I don't know. This is the problem with Adam. It's like you don't know what position he is.
Yeah.
He can play centre, fiver, anywhere. He'd be your best 14 of all time.
There's definitely a victim of his versatility, but also with the way this competition's going, it's a real strength.
Yeah. He just plays.
The main, it's how do I put this? That's not how he would view himself though.
No.
That's the frustrating part for him.
Wonder what he views himself. I reckon at 6.
I reckon he thinks he's a 6 or 7.
Yeah. I don't know what position. He's just in the halves. And in today's game, you can just play both sides of the ruck, and that's what he does. He just plays eyes up footy, and he just has a crack. He's good with the boot, good demeanour. That's what he said last year when he said some stuff on Triple M. Really hit home, I reckon, for some West Tigers fans and players. So he's highly respected, but big performance from the Tigers. I've got to give the shout out to the Tigers because the amount of pressure they've been under all year with the Galvin and all this sort of shit, swapping teams, getting their whole football club questioned, right? And you got to play for your coach in situations like this because he's the one who's been hanging out there. And it was a good sign for the Tigers. I looked at that. I mean, it sucked. I was sitting at home fucking wanting to throw the TV in the fucking bin. But even Claire goes, was the Bulldogs playing? I was just by myself watching it, just going, fucking seething.
But before we get to Claire Bear's question, I'm calling the game at SEN and I look down at my phone and I see message Willie Mason. I see voice notes Willie Mason. I see message Willie Mason. And I'm just like there during the call and I go,
I forgot you were calling it.
I was almost going to text him the SEN number, so he starts texting that instead.
I go, fuck, I want to listen to these because I'm going, when Stewie's streaking away, I'm going, yes. And I'm seeing all these voice notes coming in. I go, Mason's furious.
Oh, no. Imagine if you had played it, SEN would have heard it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was it was an emotional roller coaster yesterday. But well done to the Tigers and Adam Doueihi. They all played outstanding. They got their get back, right? This is exactly how they planned out in their head. We ambush these fuckers. They think they're going to come and towel us up. They got a 20-0 point head start. Then we started trying to figure it out, and then they come back and they iced it. And what a way to ice it, right? With the Fainu on Galvin. Remember we were talking about this on Galvin ice, not on Galvin, but like he was going back late, you know. So so bang.
That's the space where Galvin should have been.
That's where he should have been.
Yeah.
Luai setting it up.
Try
fucking match, like that was game set match, and they were just going to the Bulldogs, right in front of those the supporters there.
Yeah,
you couldn't have imagined it better if you're a West Tigers fan or player, or Luai or Doueihi, anybody who's been affected by this. Hopefully now you can just start a bit of a rivalry.
Yeah,
and just fucking go at it all the time, boys.
I think it's going to be.
I don't give a shit where it is. It would have been the most watched fucking Fox 2 p.m. game of the year.
Yeah, for sure.
When you think about it, I loved it. I mean, I hate it for our boys. I love the theatre.
Yeah,
But now I think about, fuck. I don't like the Tigers sometimes. I don't like the Eels. This is back when I played, right? Just fucking in me. But I love it for the. I just love it for the Tigers.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Especially because the Raiders dropped a game.
Yeah,
the day before against the Dragons, which they shouldn't have.
Just opened
the door was open to kick it down. Yeah. And they didn't take advantage of it. All right, so Shamus is reporting, Mace, that the Bulldogs have raised issue. Now, I'll read this out and then I'll ask you just with that bit with the Bulldogs. The behaviour of some of the West Tigers players, it looks to be after Samuela scored the try, so I can see Samuela doing it.
Everyone
Tito's in the background. I think Brett Naden doubled down.
Brett Naden went ham on it.
He went in their social media after. The Bulldogs have asked the NRL Integrity Unit to look into the behaviour. And the gesture, which is widely known as a hod or a hod in the Arab community, is given by lowering the middle finger and pointed in the direction of another person. So it's basically the middle finger for the Arab community.
It's a good way to do it.
I remember because I went to school with a lot of Lebanese brothers and played poker with a lot, and I've been on the end of a hod heaps.
Hoz.
It's one of those, it's in. I always Hozzy, and then hit me with a hod. And, I always took it as a bit of a giggle, it's because I'm normally winning a game. I just say I get runner in Texas Hold'em poker and get someone and he hits me with a Hozzy, you fucking that's I don't know, it's always been fun, hasn't it?
This is 2025, but that was probably fucking 94.
Now, is this Bulldogs officials? Is this Bulldogs fans? Is this Bulldogs members? Who's raising this
shit slide? I know exactly what it is. I've got a heap of Lebo mates, and it was just right in front of that crew as well, who were always getting on TV. Remember last week when they were Town and Manly up?
Yeah. I distinctly remember calling the Bulldogs Rabbitohs game, and remember when Jai Arrow was on the sideline and he was having an argument with Dogs fans? They were all giving the hot in that game.
Yeah,
so
it comes out.
Got to go both ways, doesn't it?
We started it. It's our thing. So it's
a sign.
I don't know.
It's a respect thing. It's like we've just scored, but we're going one back up here. Have a go.
I thought it was awesome.
Imitation is the greatest sign of respect. Is that how the quote goes? Something similar. Flattery.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yours sounds better.
No, it doesn't.
But it sells papers.
Imitation is the greatest form of flattery.
Well, I just thought.
Yeah, that's
I don't know. It wasn't done in bad taste or anything like that. I mean, depends.
Do you know what it feels like? Do you know what it feels like? And me and you are big NFL fans, Mace. Yeah. I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan. Remember when Aaron Rodgers was going through that MVP year early on in his career, and he started doing the belt? Then when anyone sacked him in the following years, they would get up and they'll do the belt on him. It's like, if you give it, you got to be able to take it.
It translates to take, so it's like take this sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
I don't know if you can get away with doing it like that.
I got Lebo cousins as well.
Anglo-Saxon grew up in Kellyville and that. You know what? I was Fairfield Westfield Sports. I got the pass from the brothers.
I grew up in
Mace is a Bulldogs legend.
Hectic Fred gave me the pass.
Hectic Fred, all right, Hectic Fred. As long as you got the pass.
That was directed at Hectic Fred.
That was. I seen Hectic Fred yesterday.
Oh, did you?
I'm walking out, right? So I'm walking out. And at the Manly game, a hectic Fred was carrying on a treat. Like, Ricky's there. He's like, Matty Burden, bro, he's the fucking best. There's a left foot stepping for us. He goes, Bronson Sherry over Tom Travojevic. You think he's the best centre? Like, carrying on a treat.
We're the best front runners.
And I'm just sitting there, and Hello Sports is sitting there. Lukey's cracking up when I explain this story. I'm rolling out of the Tigers game yesterday. All the Tigers fans are coming up to me, like I said at the start of the show. Fucking give it to me, Scope, give it to me. Like this. And then I roll up and I see a hectic Fred and he's on the phone. He's got a group of mates around him. And I tap him on the shoulder. And I tap him on the right side of the shoulder and I walk on the left. And I go, hey, got some payback for last week, eh, Fred? And kept on walking. He goes, fuck you.
Oh, yeah, you give it, mate. And we've been on we've only lost 4. That's our 5th game we've lost, right? So imagine the carry on.
Yeah.
We fucking locked Belmore down. We shut Belmore down after a win. Regardless if it's at Acor or anything like that, we'll just go hard in the paint.
Yep.
So when, because I always forget, the fans probably feel it more.
Yeah,
some
for sure.
players sometimes.
Than us.
Because,
Even as ex-player, I reckon they feel it way more than us.
Way more.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm just getting at. I'm just like, wow, the fans, they really feel it.
The whole Bulldogs,
it, man.
The whole narrative for the fans yesterday was like, we're taking over the jungle, Doggies coming in, we got more fans than you here, blah, blah, blah.
And
So
that's
why the Tigers are going to come back at you like that. That's just part of the game.
So,
we're a contact fucking
game,
adult
man.
sport.
And I will confirm something. At the game, when they started announcing the lineups, when the Tigers players were getting called out, and Benji, it started with Benji. By the way, that's rare. I very rarely see that where they do the coach first, they name the coach. It's normally the coaches last. I was like, ooh, that's a bit. You're like me. Because I'm sitting up at the box and Benji comes up and they're like, boo, fuck. It felt like there was 70-30 Bulldogs. And then by the end of it, obviously the Tigers fans are pumped.
Something to cheer about.
Yeah.
I love it. It's good.
All right, let's get to a few replies quickly before we talk about another big story, which is around the Dally M awards. Got this one from Renee Silva, potentially, for the Red Bull. City to Surf's on this week, Lukey. Are you doing it still?
I am doing it.
You don't look confident with that face. Yeah, we're both, me and Lukey doing the City to Surf.
I got 14 on
Sunday, mate.
Was it this Sunday?
It's on Sunday. And we got this message. Hey, lads, not sure if you will remember this, but earlier this year I made a bet with Big Willie on the potty saying that if Parry didn't finish above Bulldogs on the table, by the time we get to the City Surf, I'm running it in Crocs. Being a man of my word. Do you remember this, mate?
Yes,
being a man of my word, I'll be taking on the challenge next Sunday.
Good on you, mate.
Shout out to you lads for being the inspiration behind my health kick. Never thought I'd be able to run 14K, let alone raise money for a charity.
Yeah.
Cheers, lads. L1 since day one. Renee Silva,
Beautiful,
I'll be
mate.
there. Lukey will be there. I know there will be 100,000 people there. But if you see me and Lukey, come up and get a picture with me, tag us in it. And thank you for the support as always. And you're a fan of.
We'll also throw a little donation into your charity. So
Yeah,
make sure
let us
you
know
do
what your
tag
charity
us.
is. Levels will chuck in. What we'll chuck in $50.
Yeah.
Little pineapple. Is that unders?
Yeah,
Yeah. Anyway, we get a donation. And come and see us for a photo. If you see us, we'll be up in like the 3rd or 4th group getting after it.
You'll be getting blisters, mate.
I've got Tristan E. I remember the first.
So you'll be in the fucking hospital with the fucking...
Sitting next to me.
Yeah.
Just a quick story. My first City to Surf, I really struggled. I didn't give the hill the respect it deserved. I went after it. And you run for like, it's basically at the halfway point when you hit the hill. Anyway, it was about 30 degrees, a really hot day, and I'm going up the hill and I'm busted. And I'm like, my heart rate's going through the roof and I'm fucking, really struggling. And I sort of look up and there's a fucking burger running in a fucking T-Rex costume.
He's dusting you up.
And he comes screaming up on my right. And mate, it would have been that hot in that costume because I got the shirt off and everything. Like I had a shirt on and then I just took it off because I'm just trying to take as many layers off as possible.
Awesome.
Yeah, it used to be closer to September, so it was hotter.
Yeah. So, this fucking T-Rex comes running past me, little arms and that.
I would have kicked it.
I was that off it. Renee's going to be running in his Crocs, so that's going to be just as tough and the feet are going to be sore.
Band-Aid.
Hopefully he doesn't trip down the hill like our man Lukey did a couple of years ago.
Oh, trying to fly.
Mate, make sure you slow down this time, bro.
I ended up in the medical
tripped on the
tent.
corner,
Full cup,
yeah.
Split my leg open. It didn't heal for like 6 months.
Your legs just fucked. just fell.
Right on the top
Right
of
in
the
front
knee
of the
where it
crowd
doesn't
when he's
heal.
coming down the hill. You know, the big
right.
crowd.
Literally in front of everyone, like Ravisi's, boom. I'm sprinting. I'm just like, yes, I'm so pumped. First city to serve. Bang, took the tumble. Raised
up.
hands, everything.
You fucking ruin your day?
Ruled my next 3 months.
Oh, shit.
No. We got Money's finals record correction. I stuffed up, boys. Made a mistake. Tristan E, thanks for this. He's a Storm fan. Munster got eliminated round 1 in the 2022 season against the Raiders. Remember?
Yeah.
They finished 5th and they lost to the Raiders, who finished in 8th place, 28-20. So
Down there, wasn't it?
yep.
Speaking of Cameron Munster, we'll cut it to his athlete interview, I think.
There
That's
we
a good
go.
segue.
That's a great little segue.
Athlete.
Do you have the names of the people that won?
I do, yes. Good
Give them a
point.
quick
Yeah, there
read.
we go. There, because we didn't have him on board. We had a chat to Money the day of his game. We're obviously pumped to have him back on board. Yep, we've got the names here. So the winners for the recovery packs from Athlete are Terry C, Tom S, and Peter V. So shout out to Peter Volandis for big time listener,
Massive listener.
of Levels Network, getting his performance of the weekend. And although it wasn't the most convincing performance by the Melbourne Storm, they still got the job done. Here's Cameron Munster.
Okay, welcome back to a very special episode of the segment we're doing for Athlete this year. As you know, our man Cameron Munster has been joining us every fortnight with Fozzie, and you haven't seen him on our podcast for about 3 or 4 weeks. Just want to firstly start off, Money, and pass on our condolences with our entire audience, and I'm sure the NRL. And you mentioned after the game in Game 3 and some of the media stuff that I've seen that so many people have reached out. But I just want to let you know, as a mate, and we've become pretty close over the last, 5 or 6 years. Everyone from Levels is, passing on our condolences through a tough time, and we really appreciate you coming back on, mate, because I probably wasn't expecting you to be on so early, and we're trying to work it with Ches and a few other guys to fill in for you. But we're stoked to have you back, mate.
Thanks for having me back, Scope. I was a bit worried there after seeing Tommy Dearden get on and a couple of blokes that you obviously mentioned, Ches and stuff. I'm thinking, maybe I've lost my job here, but I needed to get back quicker than I needed to, just because I didn't want to lose my job. Thanks for having me back on. Yeah, really overwhelmed with all the support. Look, it's been a crazy month or maybe 5 weeks, and I've had so much support from obviously Queensland community, rugby league community, New South Wales, and yourself and other guys that I probably haven't had a great relationship with, or I know them through the footy world, and I don't have any dislikes with anyone or anything like that, but I've never had the relationships with some people that have actually reached out before, and it just shows how nice and how willing they are to know how much of a tough time someone's going through, and they're willing to put all their stuff behind, and they want to say obviously condolences. So yeah, look, it's still a sore point, but I guess time never heals our wounds, and they're just going to move on and get on with life.
Well, rugby league is a community, mate, and times like this, and I've seen the outreach of people who have just got in contact with you, whether it's been on your social media, whether it's been you talking about it after the Origin game. So it really does, you got healthy rivalries with a lot of guys throughout your career, don't you, Money? Like guys that you've gone and competed against at the highest level, and at the end of the day, when someone goes like this within their family, I think it really shows the best parts of competitive sports. Football is a family. I've always considered that. I've got guys that I now consider family from my relationships with footy, and been a really tough period for you, mate, and you've obviously handled it really well. I don't know how you did what you did in Game 3. We'll get to that in a little bit, and we'll talk a little bit about Tommy. We just want to firstly let everyone know that, as always, this is brought to you by Athlete. In order to win a recovery and performance pack, because we've had to film this episode a little bit earlier, just to accommodate for Money getting prepared for his game against Parramatta tonight, we haven't had the chance to get the 3 winners. If we get that in time, we will get that in time by Monday's episode. We'll post that in the link and let everyone know who the winners were from last week. But what you got to do is you got to let us know in 50 words or less who the performance by a player or team is from the week before. As always, Lukey will share the link in the bio. I just got this message from John Chadwick, and I think it, best summarises our audience, and someone who's also been through something similar to you, Money. He's from Vietnam. He's an Aussie living in Vietnam at the moment. He's a big fan and watch all the time. I would like to praise Mace for the way his heartfelt message. Mace has been through the loss of his father as well, Money. We talked about it on the potty. And Cam opening up about the loss of their father. I myself lost my father at the age of 18 and it destroyed me. Cam truly is a captain courageous playing on Wednesday, and I hope he wins the trifecta. Man of the match, Wally Lewis medal, and gets the first try as well. Money, you got the win. Your little mate, Tommy Dearden, he got man of the match. He got the Wally Lewis medal. So firstly, I just want to thank Tommy, who, once this all went down, I reached out to him. He immediately got back to me and said, he wants to fill in and support you while you're going through this tough time. So shout out to Tommy, who did that a couple of weeks ago. But what about his performance, mate? As a skipper, your first ever time as skipper, and taking over not only from DC as skipper, but him having to fill the 7 role. What a performance in Game 3, and what a series from Tommy Dearden taking out and joining you as a Wally Lewis medal winner.
Yeah, look, Tommy's such a great kid, very humble country kid. His mum and dad have brought him up really well. They're absolute gems as people, and I just see the values that they've instilled in him, hard work, and he's such a nice, gentle, caring person. And obviously he's had a great series. I don't think anyone's ever come off the bench in game 1 or even in the series and probably won Wally Lewis, So it was a big call for Bill to make, especially the way Ches plays footy and how he plays big games. And I think he felt like it was probably time to bring Tommy in. It could have been me. Let's be honest. He's played 6 for most of his career, and it was a gamble to put him at 7. And it just shows the talent and confidence and the belief that he has in himself. And me and Harry just went up to him during the week and just said, mate, this is your team. Back yourself. I'll help you where I can. But mate, he's always on the ball, always wanting to be a threat against the defensive line. And he's a little tenacious kid. He's got a good defensive shoulders. You don't really see a whole heap of halves banging, ruckies or middles or even back rows. You see sometimes halves as spots to get and try and create some ruck speed. And he's definitely not one of those guys that is a spot. He's definitely one of those guys that you don't want to run at. And he's just got that belief that he can do anything. And I'm so happy for him. And I'm sure his old Queensland State's happy for him as well.
What about that tackle on Bizza, mate? The heroics of what he did offensively. And I want to ask you, what part of his game, because he's completely different to Ches, but what part of his game complemented you so well in games 2 and 3? And that try saver, I reckon he's got the most try savers in the last 2 years, easily. I feel like I've got about 6 that come to mind straight away, but no one does that to Brian Toto, mate. Not one-on-one close to the line like he did in a huge moment, with you guys having the lead and those guys chasing hard. So I feel like he's just 10 out of 10 for effort every time. And then if you've got that in your game, it's going to serve you well no matter what position you play.
Yeah, I think we've been probably instilled in us probably from Bill and other coaches, and everyone's probably doing the exact same thing now. Just keep moving your feet and always be in the play and until you have the ball. And yeah, it was a massive play on Brian. I still see him as probably top 2 wingers of the game, as game's ever seen. He reminds me so much of Matty Utai from the Dogs, very small, tough, very good with the ball in hand. And mate, this is +1 carries, mate. I don't know how he does it. Honestly, he just keeps going and going, and it doesn't look like he's ever tired. So for Tommy to do that to such a great winger, I think just shows how much he wanted that game, Tommy, and how much it meant to him. And for him, he probably needs to work a little bit on his kicking game. Ches has got a really great kicking game, but mate, there's probably no complete player than Tommy when it comes to putting your body on the line, running the ball, how fast he is, how he can move, swindle through little gaps and stuff, and make things out of nothing. And I'm still in awe of watching him and being able to be his teammate. But he works so hard on his game, Tommy, and he's always working on his kicking game. But for me, I just think his defense pretty much sets his game up. He's always in the tackles, always hitting low, and he's a bit like the Axe Gillmaster sometimes when you see some of those tackles. He's not a big bloke.
It's the legs out, hey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just chops them. And sometimes you're trying to find halves of spots, but he's not a spot. So it's like, well, what do you do? So and then he's such a dangerous person with the ball. I just think he creates those moments for myself. I wish sometimes I could do that for him. And I just got to get a bit more involved in the game. But he was credit to him. He was outstanding on that Wednesday night in Game 3, and he just rightly deserves his medal.
Well, yeah. Again, you never give yourself enough credit how humble you are. But in order for him to set up and play in his first series as a proper starter, like he's not coming in for an injury on this one. He's been selected over DCE. He's been and done it. So it was a huge role for you to just make sure that you allowed him to play to be the best possible version of himself. Speaking of your best possible version of yourself with another halves partner, Hughesy's locked up for another 4 years. Why do you two work so well together? So it's huge for the club too, by the way. Obviously, Hughesy's locked up. Dalian Player of the Year last year. Was just starting to get going. I felt like the injury was maybe holding him back a little bit back at the start of the year. It seems as though the reports are good and he will play again closer to finals, and he's been rewarded with a new deal. Why do you and Hughesy play so well together as well, mate?
Yeah, mate, for just a little bit on that Daliemi, like he carried a lot of niggles through that year. Like I remember him being in a bit of pain when he put the medal around his neck. Like that's how bad his neck was. Like like it just showed how much resilience and how much toughness he had in his body. And he's obviously fixed that now. And got obviously rest help at the back end of the year. That's why I didn't play for the Kiwis. And he loves his culture and stuff. So it would have hurt him a lot not to be able to play for the black and white. But look, mate, he's I think he done that shoulder maybe a couple of years ago when he was playing Queensland Cup. So no damage to the ligaments or anything like that. But as you know, mate, with all Kawatu's injuries, like he could do it again. So they're just going to be a bit mindful with it. So just in case they do any more damage. But obviously going back to your question with how much we get along with each other, I think playing fullback, you read the game a little bit differently. And us being both fullbacks at the time when we first started our career, we probably see similar things. And he's probably taken it to leaps and bounds. I still would love to have some of the kit bags that Hughesy has. But for me, I just want to try and just do everything I can to give him space, and do his thing on that right side. You've got two good back rows in Glory and Ellie, and Ellie's probably the best back row this competition's seen for the last couple of years. I know.
He's on fire this year.
Him and Hudson Young, I think, probably the informed back rowers. So, he's on outstanding things, Ellie, and they've got that really good, nice combination. So, for me, just trying to understand his game too, Hughesy, like he's been working really hard on his kicking game, and he never had that at the start of his career. And now he's a dominant kicker, and he just knows his game, like he spoke about with Mitchell Moses. Like he just knows his game and sticks to it. Sometimes I love to stick to the game plan, but just being that erratic kind of player, I try and go outside the script at times, and it works. But sometimes it doesn't, and it's not always going to work like I speak about. But for me, as long as I can go off the field and know that I've done everything I can to try and win it, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
100%. And some of the best partnerships are guys who are a little bit different, right? Like in that there's similarities in both being fullbacks, but like the one that I know the best is obviously Ches and Foz, completely different players and completely different ways they attack the game. And that seemed to work well for them for long periods and even in their second stint. And Fozzie was talking about that last week. All right, you mentioned Mitch Moses. You're playing the Parramatta Eels tonight. You played them round 1. You've probably done a little bit, I'd imagine you've done a little bit of review from round 1, but they've changed so much between now and then. What's the sort of the main difference you've seen from Parramatta under Jason Rolls, who you also know well, and in particular Mitchell's influence in returning last week?
Yeah, well, you got Mitchell back, but then you also had Zach Lomax in round 1 at centre, right centre. So now he's right wing, and you've got Addo Carr back too. So I think they've been massive. I think they've been massive for the Eels, like getting them out of trouble, especially Lomax's carries, and then Addo jumps on the back of it with a quick play the ball, and with his speed, he can get through that defensive line and poke his nose through. So, and
I reckon this is Foxy's best year in a while, money. I reckon his secret, like because the Parramatta Eels are down the bottom of the ladder. I think two veterans, sorry to cut you off there, brother, but I reckon Foxy and Junior Barlaw are playing their best seasons in maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, you look at Rolsey, like he come from the Storm system and then the Roosters system, and I reckon with Josh, you just keep it simple with him, and he's probably running the hardest he's ever run, Joshy, at the moment, and you can see he's looking fast and sharp. Like previous years, he probably didn't have that speed back, and probably lacked a little bit of confidence. I don't know what was going on with him at the Dogs, but I know Josh Adokar, and he's confident and he's back. He looks injury free, and it looks like there's no niggles, so it's a pretty scary sight to see Jack back like that. But for Moses, like he's got such a great kicking game, and you could pin the Eels down in their 20 or 30, and he kicks a 60-meter kick and gets there back in the game. So Parra didn't have that in round one, and they look a little bit more resilient team, and they look like they're in for the fight for their full 80 minutes, where probably at the start of the year, the first 10 rounds, they might have gave you a fight for 30 minutes and with the 6 agains and stuff, but they're playing the full 80, and you just see what they did to the Raiders. They were 16-12 it up at half time. They just a couple of crucial errors and a couple of things that just didn't go their way, and those 6 agains, and it ended up hurting them. So, and against the Bronx, they had a great game plan. They obviously kicked early, got down there and tried to, beast up and work hard. So they're going to do that to us tonight. A little bit slippery and wet here, so I think that'll be their game plan.
Yeah, for sure. I was watching that game last week, and even as an ex-Eels great, mate, that's where I did my best work. Started off at Parramatta. Now, I was surprised, mate, because you're right. At the start of the year, there were guys that put in a whole heap of effort, and they just weren't getting the rewards for it. When that happens, and you probably don't even know what this is like because you've been at a top franchise for so long, but I've been involved with teams where players start to quit at this time of the year. And credit to Parra, credit to Rolsey, those younger players are not only quitting, they're getting better and better, and they're working harder for each other. So great signs for Parramatta, not only this year, mate, but I think they're going to reap the benefits for that next year.
Yeah, of course. But you just got to give Rolsey's flowers. Like he's taken one of the best players out of their team because he's leaving next year and giving other young kids an opportunity, like your Papali'i, your Hawkins, like they're probably reaping the benefits playing off Moses and learning a little bit off him. And you still got Isaiah Longy to come back, who's a special talent too. So Dylan Brown I honestly think Dylan Brown would add a lot to that team, but this shows how much belief and how much he wants to involve and develop his players for next year. And it's a credit to Rolsey. I'm sure he might play his best 17 in the weeks to come if they can get off the wooden spoon. But it just shows the balls and kahunas that he's there to make tough decisions, and he's happy to make them, and it's a great coach to have.
Yeah, I agreed, mate. Mace said it this week on Monday. He goes, I don't think there's another coach in the league that would have been able to make that call consistently for the last 3 weeks and not play dual. And I fully understand it and appreciate it. And even you as a player on the other side of it, you understand the vision of what Jason is trying to achieve, even though we probably both agree that Dylan's easily a part of their best 17 and best 13. Sure. But there's clearly a path there for him to go to Newcastle and try to figure out what's happening at Parramatta. Mate, when you play Parramatta or Manly, I sort of wish you the best, but then not so much. But, mate, it's great to see you back out playing footy. You got a smile on your face, and really appreciate you coming and joining us for this week, brother.
Yeah, well, hopefully I can score tonight. I haven't scored in July since it's been obviously started, so I'll have to go out there and give him the Happy Gilmore. I'll do the Happy Gilmore around the corner post if I get a chance.
Oh, all right. Look out for that. This will be dropping on Monday. So if money is scored a try, is this the last day? This is the last day of it.
This is the last day, yes.
Well, Happy Gilmore.
The Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. All the best, mate.
The ball. All right, mate. Thanks, legend. Have a good one.
Love it, brother.
Love it.
A bit of controversy around the Dally M's, mate. So I don't know if you've seen this. There's been an unprecedented rule change from the ARL Commission just last week around the Sydney Roosters winger Mark Nwanga-Nedwase. He is now ineligible to receive Dally M Rookie of the Year honours because they have introduced a new rule where you can, if you've played, so here's the new rule. Once a player plays 5 professional matches in a sporting code, league or competition as determined by the NRL, which will include the English Super League, Rugby Union or Rugby Sevens, he becomes ineligible for Rookie of the Year in any subsequent seasons. Nwanga Netawasi played for 11 tests for the Wallabies and represented Australia in rugby sevens at the Paris Olympics before transitioning into rugby league. Thoughts?
Fucking spot on. I don't mind it. He's not a rookie. He's 24. And he's been a professional athlete. Like, if you take off a Leka Halasina or someone like that who's an actual rookie, 19-year-old kid, you wouldn't feel like you deserved it.
Oh, the
And I don't think he really gives a fuck either.
Who knows? Like,
It's not going to be on his fucking mantle.
Even though he wouldn't have been my rookie of the year, I hate that this rule was brought in with him not the. So I felt like this. I like the rule now because it does make sense, right, for all the reasons that you just said. But I feel like it's unfair to introduce it at the back end of the season whilst he's in the running. That's my only pushback on it.
Just fucking we just do things very weird, don't we? Like all this shit should be like.
Yeah, there's not real precedents for that, isn't there?
You just make up rules as we go.
But you know what? Because it does make sense, because unfortunately with the landscape of where rugby union is in Australia at the moment, shout out to the Wallabies as well, getting the win against the Lions. Big win in game
That's
3.
probably a big part of it when you think about it as well.
We'll see. I think there are going to be more examples of rugby union players coming to the league looking for an opportunity like Mark after what he's done. So I understand the rule and it makes sense. I just feel like it's unfair that they do it in the year that he's doing it.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Yeah, like he's killing it and he's a genuine chance, even though he probably wouldn't be mine.
Let's see. They've got to do it both ways in the NRLW as well, the amount of talent that comes across. Let's see if they can keep that consistent, because that's only fair.
Ricky. That is fair. Yeah.
Because there are going to be so many more Australian sevens players.
Well,
there's probably an
Kiwi
example.
sevens as well.
There's probably an example of one of the players. So who would have come over in the early
Emma
years?
Tonegata.
Emma, potentially. Did Emma Tonegata get player of the year one year?
Is it player or rookie, though? There's a difference.
Yeah, gotcha. Rookie. So, yeah, that could
player.
be.
I don't know. It's not bad.
Yeah.
And as I said, I don't
Imagine
think,
like Rob Toyer misses out or Leka.
Yeah, and both those guys deserve it.
Well, let's go through it. So
I reckon one or two of those guys.
Would be I had a Yongi, but he's going to be struggling for it now.
So my noms were, and I even reckon he's starting to fatigue at the back end of the season, but I reckon there were 3 nominations from the Roosters: Nwanga Netawase, Robert Toyer, and Celesi Feketi.
Yeah.
But Feketi's just you can see he's getting a little bit tired at the back end. He's having
long years, man.
multiple games with 80 minutes in the middle. Robert Toyer's another. Isaiah Yongi would have been right up there.
He was up there for me.
Savalier Tamale would have been right up there for the Raiders.
Brilliant outside backs.
And Leka. What the hecker?
The
Halasima.
wrecker.
There's probably somebody that we're forgetting as well.
I think Toyer will get it.
Yeah, Toyer because he played Origin.
Played Origin.
Yeah.
That's fucking huge.
Yeah.
And played well. And, I don't know, but Leka Halasima's been fucking outstanding too.
Man, Leka, I reckon it's Rob Toyer and Leka now.
Yeah, I don't think there's much in it.
Dimitri was going really well via Mwanga as well.
But the minutes that these kids are putting out,
Yeah.
Leka's putting out 80-minute efforts on an edge, both edges, left edge, right edge, off the bench.
Centre.
Played
Crazy
most
tries.
games, centre.
Wing.
Like Toyer's played Origin, played most games.
I think he's had 3 match winners,
Yeah.
like tries
Fucking
at
slept on.
the death.
But a
Tigers.
freakish tries.
The Tigers try was like 3 minutes to go, 4 minutes to go. Remember right at the start of the year, the breakaway, 70 metre down the short side.
Yep.
The Newcastle one was just only recently removed.
I think it's out of those two.
Yeah, Leka and Toyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Hopefully we'll skip through the year.
All right, let's get to our players of the month. And when I say players, we now have the women's because they are a month into their season as well. So the honours for July, this week's winner for the men is KO Weeks.
Nice.
His stats are 3 games, 4 tries, 2 try assists, 3 line breaks, 7 tackle breaks, an average of 29 post-contact metres. But that makes this even better, actually. With only an average of 29, he's running 200. He's averaging 200 metres away. So it's like he is breaking away from people and he has become the breakout player of the NRL.
Yeah. He's outstanding. He was quiet. You called him out at the start of the year, and I was like, I didn't know he was this good.
Yeah.
I thought he was all right. I didn't know he was fucking pushing for a Kiwi fullback spot.
Well, he's declined us. Ashley.
Oh, he has.
Yeah,
Shit,
Ashley.
sorry, my bad.
He actually declined us. We'll see if the rules change and if they do change at the end of the year, he decides to represent the Kiwis and vie for a Blues jersey. But at this stage, Ashley.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Anyway, but what a cracking month, and he is on fire. Yeah, I just said if he needs to catch the ball, really.
Yeah.
Because
back five's a problem. They get hot tamale back.
The women's first player of the month for July, Isabel Kelly. She's been one of the NRLW's best players for a long time now. She's had 4 games in the month, 3 tries, 2 try assists, 9 line breaks, 24 tackle breaks, 7 offloads. She's averaging 7. This is where she does her best work. 70 post-contact meters, and she runs 227 of the best every game.
She's fucking unstoppable.
She's a beast.
It's Mal Meninga stats in 94.
Yeah. She gets in, she takes a scoot and just drives them.
She's strong.
She gets 5 meters before she gets contact and then another 5 after.
Yeah, very strong.
Yep. So shout out to Izzy. 2 really good nominations for the month of July as we roll into August. Let's roll into August, and these are the games. This is the last game of July. The Storm 16 defeat the Eels 10. I thought so. There was a lot of people pushing back against the Melbourne Storm with the way in the fashion in which they won this game. Yeah. I thought it was controlled. I thought it was a professional win from the Storm. The Eels' effort at the moment is a 10 out of 10 every week. So, and my comparison is right. The frustration for fans of the NRL, Broncos fans around the Broncos. Trying to win the game in every play, most notably Reece Walsh, and he did a great job of rectifying that this week. Like the Eels are a team at the bottom of the ladder that are just going to make it tough for teams at the back end if you don't turn up and you don't do the right things. And the Storm did just enough to win. They probably should have kicked a few more goals, which would have been like an 18 to 20 to 10 point lead, but they get the job done, Mace.
The Eels aren't a walkover.
No.
Let's look at it like that. They're not a. No one's turning up in that jersey and not willing to put their body on the line. Like they're not just throwing it away. The Eels are good. They're having a crack with that Moses kid at 7. He's just fucking outstanding. Just elevates everybody. He's clearly their best player, but he gives them so much confidence. The middles are working hard. The back rows are working hard. Like everyone's working hard. It's all roles he wants.
Yep.
That's why all these other guys that have been at the Eels for so long, they're out, mate. I've seen this. This is what Ciro did at the Dogs as well.
Yeah.
Just want everyone out, give all these guys that are going to be there for the next 2 or 3 years a chance. And they're getting a chance and they're not letting him down. Fucking Storm, they did what they could do.
Yeah. They were good. I thought they were good. They, could they have scored maybe a try or 2 more? Could they have been a little bit clean? Yeah. I reckon I want to give Stefano a big shout out.
His best game.
I reckon post-Origin has really done wonders for him. You know this better than anyone, Mace. He went for 17 for 178, 80 post-contact meters, 10 tackle breaks. Felt like he had 5 in the one tackle, if we remember that down that short side. But what he's done, and this is what they've been trying to get into him, he also maintained that defensive quality that they've been just drumming into him. 30 tackles, 1 miss, and 96% effective.
That's great.
So that's what the last stats of what Melbourne have been trying to do for him. And then on top of that, he's getting back his attacking stats that he had at the Tigers. 17 for 178, 80 post, 10 tackle breaks.
Can I explain the 96% effectiveness? That's fucking, it's near obviously a 10 out of 10. Like just say people at home, like I'm trying, every time I get the ball, just say I'm Stefano, 2 defenders, your job is for what? To get me on my back.
Yep.
And my job is to find my front all the time. So there's all these little battles in a game that you usually win the battles, you win the war.
Yep.
Right? So
if you find your front, that's not effective.
Yeah, if I find my front, and you've got these guys who are fucking masters at finding their front, like Junior Paulo, always finds his front.
Jack Williams, Hopgood, they've got good late footwork.
So he's getting in front of people and then trying and dominating and finishing on top with these guys on their back. So that's 96% of the time, which is outstanding for a big guy like that. Yeah. And I'm not sure how many minutes he's played. I'm pretty sure it's close to 60.
I think it's close to 60.
It's enough.
Yeah. It feels eerily similar to Ali Katola's first year. Yeah. Ali started to get it going at the back end of this first season and then really, I guess, lived up to everyone's expectations in year 2. And now arguably the best back rower in the competition. Well, he's in the conversation.
Oh, yes, top 3. But it's very taxing the way they play as well, right? It's a lot of ball in field all the time, similar to the Bulldogs and Penrith.
Yeah.
They love that high-speed grind, and your middles have really got to work so hard because it's all predicated on how the middles put so much inside pressure on. So that's fucking taking gas out of these big guys. Inside the kick pressures, all these little things, all these little sprints in the game now that are high speed. Where just say back when we were playing, it wasn't like that.
Yeah,
you'd have probably half as many as these.
Can
these
I
guys
ask you
are now.
about specifically coming back from Origin? Now, I know he's played an Origin game before, but he played all 3 games in this series, didn't he?
Yeah,
so only 25, 30 minutes, and the speed of Origin.
Yep.
With the ability to come back and play NRL and play bigger minutes, it just does slow. It feel like it's so much slower. Yeah,
and I'm not sure right now, but if I'm thinking the NRL's really quick, what the fuck is Origin? Do you know what I mean? Like your head must be just spinning around, especially for a starter like that. Coming off the bench in Origin is similar to going on a treadmill when it's going like 30K.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
It's like, what the fuck is happening? And things, and everyone, as people go, you can get into the games in Origin. Yeah, you can. You just start with everybody.
Yeah.
You come off the bench like with 10 minutes to go, the level's still here.
Yeah.
Doesn't drop.
Yeah, gotcha.
In Origins, doesn't drop that much.
So when you get
right?
to NRL game, you come on,
you come back, it's like probably 20.
Okay.
And he's a starter, so we can get through. And he's a big fit bastard as well, so we can get through a lot of minutes. So when you come back from Origin, even though he's playing off the bench, it's just still like it's a fucking whirlwind in there, and he would have got back, and he would have got a lot of confidence in them keeping him for 3 games.
Well, Matty also brought up a good point. Matty Johns, after the game, said at the start of the year, he lost, they reckon he stripped about 3 or 4, maybe 5 kilos. Yep. And he reckons he's put back on a couple of good kilos.
Yeah.
Like, because of how strenuous the Storm preseason is, he maybe dropped too much, and then he's got back to a good playing weight. He looks like it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks like the kid that they bought last year. And I'm thinking that you're like, with the Katoa thing, I'm like, fuck, next year, if he keeps going like that, he's the guy that should be starting. Him and Payne Haas in Origin.
Yeah.
If he lives up to his potential and plays to his potential.
Because even though, like, and we said this, right, you were frustrated with his performances in Game 3, but you also said at the end of it, you believe he's got it in him.
Yeah,
he just didn't
it's hard when he comes on the field and everyone gets judged because you lose.
Yep, for sure.
You know,
that's
like
a part
you
of
lost your part of the squad.
You still think he's got potential.
You didn't make an impact and run 100 meters. Like, you can get the ball. You against the run of play all the time, but he's still got it. He's the best young prop in the game.
Speaking of mature performances, I thought Money was really good. Didn't overplay his hand. Hughes out, kicking well against Moses. Looked like a priority for him. Just he's only got those little dinky kicks. Takes a little bit off it, but
where does Moses get his power from?
He puts him in the positions. He does a really good job and a really good underrated job, and it's for sure because they're down there and getting the AFL kicking and catching
big time.
They put it on spots. Even for kicking, like everyone talks about Ali Katara and Coates going up and getting the ball, but they're very rarely not in a one-on-one position, and that's with the kicking as well.
It's perfect. Just that other side of the post where you isolate like the 4-man and everything like it's not a fluke. It's not like, oh, fucking lucky I kicked that one and then it come off. No, mate, Money's doing that 50,000 times a week. Him and Jahrome Hughes, they're practicing that. The kicks to Coates. Like they're doing that all day, but those little dinky kicks to Katoa and that now they're planned. Everything's planned, especially when you got a 4-man that's not particularly that tall. You know, like or a middle or that 3-man. That's who they try and really get in between the 4 and the 3-man.
Yeah, Dean Hawkins is on that side.
That's where you're trying to jump over.
Yeah,
and and he just those little kicks that he does. I don't think anyone does them better than Money. Those ones, those little ones.
Nath.
Yeah, fucking hell. Okay. When I was going to argue back, I'm like, no, he's probably the best at it.
Yeah.
So Cleary and Money are amazing at that.
Yeah.
And it's not a fluke. Cleary.
The rough night for the boot, Pappy.
Yeah.
Just to the eye.
22-10 it should have been.
Just to the eye. I feel like Meany's a better kicker.
Yeah, same.
He just looks
it's a natural kicker.
Yeah. It feels like, and I say this with all due respect,
I'm with you.
for Pappy, that he has to really practice at kicking. Like, there's like a natural, like, there's just a swing about kickers.
Yeah.
And just to my eye test, I'm like, Meany looks like he just
forces it.
Meany looks like he hits a sweet ball.
Oh, not Meany. Yeah, Pappy
looks like he's got a lock in, and I don't know.
There's a lot going on. I'll give it to Meany.
Yeah.
Just Pappy, just do everything else, mate. Just get your body right, get your mind right, get your footy right. Where Meany's like, he's plays centres and he's not doing 20, 30 hit-ups.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know,
True.
I mean,
Yeah.
Pappy's got a lot going on at
Yeah.
fullback. He's got to talk, he's got to
good point.
communicate, he's got to organise defences. The last thing I want him to do is fucking kick goals. Meany, and especially when you got a guy Meany,
Yeah,
who's
Meany's-
fucking arguably. I'm like you, eyeball test. I'm like, he looks like a better kicker than you.
Yeah.
Have a kick off at training
wonder
and
what the-
fucking get it sorted.
I wonder what their percentages are like. Can you have a look for
in the
Meany's?
high 80s.
Pappies must be higher for him to be
Yeah.
kicking. Anyway, let's get to the Eels. Just a quick one on the Eels. You mentioned some good things with them. You talked about the plan of Jason Rolls. You know where it can be a good fit for him?
Yeah, right.
You see that name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kobe Hetherington?
He'd love him. Rolsey would love him.
Yeah, I think we're missing a middle at Parramatta, and it doesn't have to be a big name player because I don't think that's required in this system. But Jermaine Hopgood is
He's another preseason back from his surgery.
he's just a little bit undersized for the front row position, and maybe 6 months away.
Yeah,
I think he's 6
for him
months
to
away.
get back to last year's form.
Yeah, to feel that, get that strength back in him.
Because the core strength and then like all that sort of shit, it takes a little bit to get back. And he's obviously playing well in first grade. He's well enough, but the origin level, sort of pushing for test fucking positions a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
That's another preseason.
He's
off.
6 months away. Yeah, I agree.
Quick one. 80.8 versus 77.8. Meany was 77.
Meany's 77.
I don't know if that factors in the weekend. Maybe it was a bit high before.
You know what?
Puppy
You know
hit
what
it
hampers
sometimes.
both of them? They score so many tries. Honestly, like
Melbourne does.
It's easier to kick at fucking 80% if you only have 3 a game, and like Melbourne constantly score on the sideline too. Like how many times wingers bet down in Melbourne?
Always.
They always.
You're right.
But
Coach scores heaps.
Pappy was missing from pretty much from front.
Yeah. So Pappy had the hips heavy.
Give it back to Money.
Money's awful.
Yeah, I know. He's terrible. He's terrible. Give it back to
Money.
him. No, the Eels are all right. They need a couple of middles. Who's the young brother who comes off the bench?
Duran Moretti. Oh, Tuivati. Tuivati.
Tuivati. He's got a lot of talent. He
Yeah.
plays all right minutes.
He does.
If I was him, I'd take footy really seriously and drop a couple of kilos, and you could become a fucking big problem
Yeah.
under Rolsey's tutelage, right? And adds a couple of a bit of a passing game to him. Stay under like Junior Paulo's tutelage as well. Like,
Well, think about-
he's got a fucking he's built for the game, right?
This is their staff, and a couple of really good examples. They've got Jason Rolls, head coach, premiership winning front rower, played for Australia, Rollsy.
Yeah, fucking oath he did.
Nathan Kalis, assistant coach, Parramatta captain, Kiwis captain for the 2008 World Cup. And Sam Moller is a part of their staff as well. So no excuses for Sam to make sure he gets his like really good examples of being front rows at different levels all the way through.
Yeah, and
Sammy
just-
Moller was a problem in 2013.
Fucking oath he was. Remember playing? I was at Newcastle when he was coming. He was killing people.
Yeah.
Him and Hargraves. But back to the young kid. Yeah, like really stay on top of your diet, fitness, and your game will go to another level. If you don't do little things like that, you'll just become a bench player, and then you'll probably play 2, 3, 4, 5 years off the bench.
Yeah.
Where he's a young kid, right?
He should be a
Played
starter.
schoolboys and everything like that. So he's always been a prodigy. If he fucking nails down on those little 1%ers, his game could go to fucking another level.
I'll be disappointed by the time if he gets to the start of 2027 season and he hasn't locked down a front row starting
and
spot.
he's not
if
one
I
of
was
the best
Parramatta.
young props in the game
Yeah.
because I've seen enough
Yeah, same.
to go, all right, well, if he gets serious about these little things, right?
He's
the
got
little
good
things
effort
he does.
areas for a big boy, eh?
Yeah. Little things I always watch in the big guys, especially the big Polynesian brothers. And young, like he's got the footwork, he's got the passing game, he works hard in defence, he understands the game a lot. It's just him knuckling down and being a professional.
Yeah. He needs to strip about 3 or 4 kilos.
Yeah, have a look at your boy Junior Paulo. He's
Yep.
30 fucking years old, looking ripped.
Yeah, Junior's looking good.
Oh,
It's
Dunk
the same
out there.
diet. Lost 11 in the off
11. Is that how much?
Oh, maybe I wasn't supposed to say that. I might cut that.
Why?
Who?
It was a private
Who,
chat.
Junior? Junior dropped
That's all right.
11.
If
Fucking
that's
cares.
good information.
He probably wants
Yeah,
that.
that's fine. Yeah.
Ripped up, Junior.
There was a lot of chat about it. I didn't realise it was so significant. It looks like it.
Fucking 11 kilos.
Junior is having his best year in 2 or 3 years. And so is Foxy.
And he's a massive role model for these young brothers, Junior Paulo.
Yeah, he
so
is.
just copy and paste what Junior's doing, young kid. And Junior will probably have him under his wing anyway.
sure he
So
will.
he's probably, but this next preseason, I really want to see next year him pushing for a starting spot.
Yep.
Or definitely not even thinking about not putting him in the 17.
Speaking of 17, could the Eels have won this game with Dylan Brown?
I don't think so.
No, I don't.
It was one of those games where it was like,
strong defense, man. It's fucking hard. What about the Coates at the end over his boy?
Air Lomax over Air Coates. Air Coates over Air Lomax.
Yeah, that was good.
You know
what
what
is
game
he
to
supposed
watch?
to do? What is he supposed to do?
So
Lomax.
So what happens is
Punch the ball out.
when Pezzett, because Pezzett was in first receiver,
Riff-raff.
once he takes it that deep into the line and whips it out the back to money, you got to bring Lomax up, and then that's where he lost all his momentum.
Yeah. Because he's looking, the cue is, Munster's looking at Lomax pushing him up, then he has to go back to come up. So you can't get that, where coach is just fucking big gazelle.
I reckon this is the only game where we're talking about how much of an advantage Lomax is, that just because Coates is on the opposite side where
Just cancelled it.
they couldn't use that weapon.
Nah,
Yeah,
nothing.
they couldn't use
Coach
that
is
weapon.
as good or better.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what everyone in the comments going, Coates better, Coates better.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, I mean, because people don't understand how hard that is
course.
for Lomax to catch that ball. Like how they put it out there in Melbourne with the pass out the back, then Munster was coming out.
Bring him up.
Brings him up,
Yep.
right? And then he has to go back to come up. Like, you've lost all momentum. Like, in a perfect world, Lomax would love to be on the dead ball line. But Munster, we fucking zinging that thing straight out there, run it, boom,
Hands
try.
will do. Yeah.
Hands will do.
Yep.
So that's what he's looking at. He's looking to bring Lomax up. As soon as he does,
Gotcha.
see you later. It's hard, man. And people don't really understand that for wingers when you're coming up against a dude who's equally as good.
Is that similar sort of chat to what Dell's been copping for the Wires? Sort of, he's doing his reads correctly, but he's just. I saw Shawnee talking about it.
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
Sky
Shawnee
show.
stuck up for him a couple times. Yeah, Shawnee brings up really good points around it. And Dell, I thought Dell was really. Let's get to Dell because he was really good on the weekend. The Dolphins 20 defeat the Warriors 18.
Ooh, lucky.
The Dolphins escape on the death, but they lose another superstar.
That was bad.
Even when they have good games, they just have these.
Have we got any news back, MRIs or something?
That looks like a minimum 4 weeks, which we probably won't see her before.
Cody Nicarima's back. He looked good.
Yeah.
He looked exactly. Oh,
Yeah. It's similar. You're right.
similar.
It
And
did
then
feel similar.
The young kid far longer down in Melbourne looks similar to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Because it's like when he pulled up that one step and then go again, that's when it just grabbed.
Yeah.
Felt for him, mate.
He didn't even have the ability to pass to Hammer because he just couldn't concentrate on anything
Right, must
else.
have just like, it must hurt. Like a proper ham. I've never done a proper hamstring.
Yeah. Have you done like your Achilles or calf or anything?
Yeah, calves and everything. They hurt, but nothing like this. Can't be.
I think it's the soleus, the bottom of my calf. I thought I tore my Achilles, and I was running the ball, and I got the ball, and I went to like sort of drift across field, and I dropped Chrissy underneath me, and I thought he clipped the back of my leg, and I hit the deck, and I was like, and
No one hit you.
no one was around me. And then everyone was like thinking it was going to be my Achilles,
yeah.
but I ended up doing my soleus for like 6 weeks.
Right next to it.
Torture.
He's fucking right
I
next to
was close.
old Achilles. No, they just look like someone shot you straight in the hamstring. I don't like grade 1s and that, but that's like a 3.
Yeah,
That's like a 6 to 10. Right.
With the Dolphins too. Geez, mate, I can't wait till the start of next season. They're so high on my radar. When you think about when they get and this is if he can stay healthy. He's another player similar to Wade Egan for the Warriors.
Yeah.
He's similar to Turbo for Manly. He's similar to AJ Brimson for the Titans. Top tier player at his position when he's out on the field. Jeremy Marshall-King was really good in this game. And in the last couple of weeks, they've had a few Kiwi killers, I'm calling them. Kiwis that come home and do a job on the wires.
Yeah.
Foz did it last week.
Yeah, it's what happens.
Jeremy Marshall-King goes home and has a huge game against his country of birth. But when you look at it, Hammer, Cody, Izzy Katoa, and Jeremy Marshall-King,
wow.
that's a premiership winning spine, Mace.
Plus with a couple of those real hard-nosed forwards.
Junkyard
outside,
dog.
We're not even looking at the outside backs.
Junkyard dog.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at the outside backs like Bostock, Farnworth, Averillo, Selwyn Cobbo's rocking up next year, and Jermaine Osako is one of the most or the best improved. So one of them are going to miss out.
Yeah. Yeah. I like him. I like what they're doing. They must be well coached, man. Wolfie must be a good coach.
Yeah.
You know, like they're brought into that culture and they're creating it. They're a good team to watch.
They are. They're really
I like
fun to
watching
watch.
them.
They're
I was
really good to
spewing
call.
when Herbie went off.
Yeah, so was I.
I was spewing because I was like, he's entertaining to watch. You don't know what he's going to do. The high, and he gets in there and like he tests, like, you know, some centers just sit out there and just look at the crowd.
He's
more than
20
that.
carries a game.
He's in there,
Yeah.
20 to 25 offloads. He tests the defense so good. That's how he made that break. It wasn't his ball.
Nah.
He just fucking got the ball.
He's one of those rare centers that's able to keep up the work rate of a winger. The reason why I like Zach on the wing for the Eels whilst playing in the centers.
Yep.
He must have he must be so fit.
And he's left side center. Isn't he?
Left side center.
Yeah, where you get no ball. That's why he goes looking for it.
I really felt like the Dolphins, I know it was only 15 minutes in, but there were some danger signs. I thought the Dolphins probably would have won this by a bit more if he'd stayed on.
Yeah.
The junk,
I agree.
I just love bringing him up every week. Junkyard Dog, a.k.a. Kurt Donahue, 80 minutes, 13 for 100, 58 tackles.
He's been really good at that little connect in the middle, right? Because we didn't know whether he was 9. We're like, who's this kid, young kid, just making fucking 400 tackles with a broken nose?
Yep.
Does he play 7? Can he play? Like, he's got this skill set.
Yep.
Which is awesome because he defends unbelievable. So he's the 13 that I reckon they've been looking for in Plath and all those sort of blokes.
Well, he's got better ball playing than Plath.
He's a natural
Gilbert.
ball player.
Yep.
I think Plath can just come on and just do Plath things. He's just an animal as well. So they've got those. They've got a lot of those. It'd be awful to run into, right? Especially me as a player, I just look and go, they're all low hitters.
Yeah.
They're all quad hitters, those blokes. The Stone.
Yeah.
Razor Ramon
Stone.
Fuck. He looks like he just I'd love to have a beer with that guy.
Yeah, so would I.
Just
And
see what he's like.
I'd love to have
quietly spoken, like real eloquent.
Yeah. I reckon he would be really low key, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
There's a number of guys who just like love to have a beer and play with these Dolphins
he
players.
just fucking goes hard.
What about the Warriors, mate? Huge job for Webby coming up. That's 2 home losses. The Titans hurt because of their position on the ladder. This one hurt because they were 2 minutes away with all the injuries that they had. Because I was calling this game for SEN, I called this with 6 minutes to go on the clock. Felice is sent to the bin. I suggested they take the 2 because that would have chewed up 90 seconds on the clock. It also, and I said this during the course, so you can go back and listen to it. This is not just hindsight. I said, Nathan, I said, the reason because Sugar was against me. He goes, no, you got 2 points, you keep piling it down because then if they kick off and they get a short kick off, then they get the opportunity to score. But I'm like, well, one, if they do score, and they score on the sideline, they still got to make the kick, which they didn't. And then secondly, if they're able to go down in the next 5 minutes and get within an opportunity to kick a penalty goal, which they did get, and Ashley declined, then they could tie it up. So Webby said that it was his decision and he sticks by it, but I thought it was the wrong call.
Yeah.
Anyway, like it's a hypothetical. You never know. Like it's just.
I get it. We're taking some time off the clock.
It's 90 seconds off the clock, gets it down to 5 minutes. The Dolphins only have 12 players on the field. You can fully recover. Even defensively, if they do go a short kickoff, you can think about what happens if they do get it back. But what about if they don't? Then you're attacking from 50 metres out, and you can peg them down in the in goal line.
We've got 3 sets to go defensively.
Yeah, it's almost like
against 12 men.
I can understand why coaches think like that sometimes because they always think about the worst case scenario. What about the best case scenario?
Yeah,
you're up by 4.
I'm with you.
Yeah, you're up by 4. You get the ball. You're attacking.
Spewing it. They got that fucking try at the end.
Yeah.
God, that one hurts. Just watching it hurts. Can you imagine what these players are feeling? You just look at that video and just go, oh, could I have done something better? Could I have done this? Could I have done that?
For sure they can.
It's like, God damn, because there was 12 people on there.
Yeah.
Surely you can get the number. You're not getting done with the number, but that's what fatigue does. Last fucking minute of the game.
I've been done in a game like that, Hindy's 300th, where they got us right. They got us right on the bell, and you just throwing
defeated.
It's so tough to be on the end of that.
Did you play in that game when we played the Manly and Ches kicked the field goal against the Knights?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucked.
Yeah.
I was sitting there because I would put kick pressure and he just ran away from me and then just bangs it. I was just like, I was behind him going, oh, you fucking little prick. That's what I said, oh, you little asshole.
Yeah, they hurt.
It was a great kick.
Yeah.
It was like, because it was about fucking 40 out. Bang, I was because I went like that and he ran in front of me and then I was just watching it from behind. I was like,
he's so good
he's going to get this. He's going to get it.
He's so good at jinking, coming off
Sneaky
another
little
foot
fuck.
and knocking it over, isn't he?
That's what
He's
he did.
even done it and come off the other foot and
Left
then
foot.
kicked
He's
it
done
with
it
the
Kick left
opposite
foot. Yeah, kick left foot. Yeah.
That was gut wrenching, though.
Shout out to Eddie Jeremiah Tuava.
Yeah, looks
20
good.
years old, 95
Yeah.
kilos, 6'3".
Good shout. Looked all right. That's exactly what I was looking at too.
Yeah.
I was thinking, who's the young kid to come off the bench? I'm
Yeah.
like, that's him. Yeah, he looks all right.
Feel like they've got a factory of back rows that are coming. That's going to be a problem in a couple of years.
So who to keep?
Yeah.
You know, and if you're one of those young kids, you're going to get offered a lot from over here as well.
Fucking oath
Do you
that.
want to stay there? Do you want to? Like, you got Lecker there, who's going to be
Leck is a
your
priority.
mainstay. Laban's a gun.
Laban,
Yeah. I like him.
I like Laban heaps.
Yeah.
But
If I was an NRL team, I'll be looking to get Laban.
Fucking oath I
I
would.
reckon he'd be thinking, you're not really getting star position all the time, but he's only young. I get it, you know. But
what's Capes? Capes is
Capes is 32, wouldn't he?
32, 33. I reckon he would have one more year left.
Easy.
He's 32.
So, yeah, depends how long he wants to play for. He can play centers, back row.
Murata's another option for him, but Murata's good because he can play up front. It's going to be a problem because they've got some good youngsters coming through. Identifying and making sure they don't lose the wrong ones is going
that's
to be
the
crucial.
thing.
Yeah.
And that's where all the teams over here will be going,
You're good, right? So don't just call the Bulldogs. We could take.
No, I'm saying like a
you got
Parramatta-
Preston and kick out.
Yeah, I'm not even worried about
Yeah,
that. I'm not looking at out. I'm just going, if I'm Parramatta, if
Yep.
I'm West Tigers, if
Yep.
I'm somewhere like, I'm like, we need a fucking premier back row here. Not premier, like a good young kid coming up.
Both my
Your
teams,
aging
Eels
got
and
back
Manly,
row.
could do with back rows, left side. I know Benny
Yeah.
Travojevic has done a solid job, but he could do with a bit of competition.
Yeah.
I reckon it'd be good competition for him. Eels, definitely, they've got, they re-signed Kitione Katonga. He's done a great job, but by no means he's a lock. Kelman Tuolangi's done a good job. Charlie Guyman's there at the moment.
Is Laney done? Like nothing's come out that he's coming back.
I think he's done.
Indefinite leave.
Yeah, I think he's done.
He's launched some like player motivation agency or something
Oh,
like that.
really?
I've seen.
Okay.
But I don't know what footy wise he's up to.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no,
He's
I
still like a couple of years in, wouldn't he? Sean Lane.
But if he doesn't want to,
yeah.
How old is he?
He'd be
26.
30. No, he'd be
No.
30.
He's not 26.
No, he'd be 30. Laney's been around for four
Fuck, he's
different
been around.
clubs.
He was at the Dogs.
oh,
from
okay,
2000.
sorry. Yeah, you're right. 30.
30
He'll be
years.
31 in November.
There you go.
Catalans. Go on, son.
Yeah.
I think you just call it. He's the kind of bloke that's, just, especially given
he's
all
pretty
this
big
context.
Want to just go overseas if I
Yeah.
couldn't just manage in the NRL or you weren't
Him-
getting a crack.
Laney,
He'd kill
Dill, and
Cartwright.
I reckon Sean Russell were the names that were just from the Parramatta fans during the tough periods getting hammered all the time. And I think Laney just went, fuck, I had enough of this. Because he's really big in his mental health and all that sort of stuff and that space. So I think he just went.
Is he off contract?
The Eels have just given him indefinite leave. So in terms of his contract,
Right.
I reckon one more year. Because I feel like Brad Arthur re-upped him just before he got.
it'd surely be a mutual thing where they just part
For sure
ways.
it would be, yeah.
Yeah, end of 26 he's due.
Pay me like my whole contract out. That'll be the mutual agreement. Not just
You
leaving.
got to play for it, don't you?
Well, fuck. Not if they just want you out. They just
No, it's not about one. It's really complicated.
or him. Oh, it's
It'll be-
more complicated.
It won't be as when you bring on things like mental health. There'll
I
be
didn't know that.
complications.
It's a
around
mutual option according to Zero Tackles.
Okay,
So who knows?
That would be like going in there and just negotiating.
that.
He might be on 500-600.
Good him. Always loved Laney. Always good to me when I was
Yeah, Laney's a good dude. I like Laney. Broncos 60 defeat the Rabbitohs 14. I know it's a depleted Rabbitohs side, Mace, but there were signs of real patience, especially in the first half.
Yep.
And it would have been easy for the Broncos to get carried away. Like, I know the scoreline blows out in the end,
Yeah.
but they didn't lose their shit, which is a great sign. And I thought, in particular, Ben Hunt's first option was to go to Reynolds. I feel like that was something that they've talked about because Ezra and Walshy were sitting down their left side on occasions, and it looked like all the chat and the frustrations from last week against the Eels was Hunty. Option one is Reynolds, or the middles, unless Walshy and Ezra like super. Like it's got to be a hot call.
Yep.
Did it feel like that for you?
Yeah, they look good. Looked like they were patient. That's the main thing. Like when you got these young killers out there like Walshy and Ezra, they want the ball. They want to strike. They don't care. As you said, they've got footy amnesia. They'll make a mistake and just like whatever. But it costs you middles. That's what you got to look at. Like when they start making mistakes and everything like that and not really having respect for the ball, who gets fucking pumped?
Yeah, the middles do.
So
Fatigue.
you got to have a little bit of thought for that, and I think they do. They do now. I think Walshy especially just gone, fuck, I can't just give up easy ball. My middles are getting blasted.
He was controlled in this game and still had 4 try assists.
Yeah, that's where you should be. He was outstanding in this game. It was just a really level-headed game. Him and Ezra, because the gaps are going to be there.
Yeah.
They're going to create it, and they didn't even have pain, right?
Yeah.
So they just need to be patient in their own skill. Because they would see a lot, those two. They'd be like, fuck, it's on. I reckon the whole thing is something's on.
Yeah.
Something is always on, especially if Cobbo on that left edge as well now. That's a problem. he looks like he's motivated because he's lost 5 or 6 kilos.
He has, hasn't he?
That's what, because we can clearly see it.
Yeah.
So on.
Yeah.
Like he's one of those guys you can't hide 2 or 3 kilos.
Well, credit to him as
Those
well.
jerseys don't do it.
Well, credit to him, Mace, because we talked about it, right? How hard is it? You know what it's like for players to drop kilos when they're not playing first grade.
it's hard.
Because when you go back to New South Wales Cup, the level goes down, the level of intensity goes down.
Yep.
Your habits go down because you're not training around first graders all the time. So credit to Selwyn. He's been ripping in the last couple of weeks.
The reason why he's back in the team,
Yeah.
I reckon, because you called it last week with the other
Katapani.
Yeah. And he would have been in, and I saw little things at Q Cup he was carving up.
Yeah.
But I just want to see how he looks.
Yeah.
And I think it would have been a massive thing with Madge. So go back there. You show me that you want to be in this team.
Yeah.
And showing me is how you look. Because when he looks like that, he's a fucking problem, Cobbo. He's big, strong, and fast with a skill set that could rival a halfback.
I love how he's just always got a smile on his face.
Fucking loves footy.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you say? I think I might end up back here in a couple of years. Thanks, Dolphins. Thanks for the holiday.
You right, mate?
Look, are you good, buddy? You know what I mean? Like, I might come back in a couple of years.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, Dolphins only got him for a
I
one-year
know,
rental.
but I just love. I love
I know what you're
Sel
saying.
Cobbo, man. Like
That
he
made
just
me
like
laugh.
he just makes me laugh.
That
It's just
made me
like,
laugh.
looks like a good dude. I always like it when looks. Brisbane always look happy when he's happy.
Yep.
He must have a fair bit of control in the sheds, I reckon.
Yeah, like you
Or
can
just one of
tell.
those young brothers
You can
that
tell
everyone
he's
loves.
beloved.
Beloved, yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's not controlling anything, but everyone loves Selwyn.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think
You know,
so.
Like he's just one of those brothers.
And even Mariner on the other side looked fucking dangerous.
And they look way more dangerous than they did 4 weeks ago. I think this might have been the plan for old Madge.
Yeah.
Just to get these two sorted because they might have been fucking around in the preseason. Yeah, I'll get you motherfuckers. You're in Origin.
Yeah.
Ruin your year and then we'll end up winning.
Payne was a late scratchy, and then X gets injured. Xavier Wilson gets injured in this game. Mate said after the game it's broken, so he's going to miss at least 4 weeks. Huge matchup against the Storm next week too.
I find that Xavier plays better when Payne's not in the team.
Yeah,
Because
interesting.
you see the game last week, it took him 14 minutes to have one hit up.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. It's a fucking long time when you're in the middle.
When he's playing with Payne,
Yeah.
the week before.
Because Carrigan, Payne, all get the Lions touch of the ball, and it's like a respect thing, right? And then he's that third prong because Carrigan was getting it where he's got 8 on his back or 10 on his back. He's got that second one where Carrigan comes in when he wants us a respect thing and he gets that.
It's a good observation.
Yeah, but like but then he come out of the blocks this week and got the ball fucking heap of times. Within 5 minutes, he had like 3 hit-ups.
Yeah.
Right? And I watched the first one. I was like, where's he fucking...
Is that a coaching thing or is it just a player
him.
respect?
Yeah.
It's a player
Yeah.
respect thing.
Hierarchy.
It's a bit of a hierarchy there. Payne gets the ball when he wants. Carrigan gets the ball when he wants. And I'll get on that next bit when then Reynolds might get it. Walsh might get it. And then you end up missing out and you're fucking on the kick chase and all this. And he found himself in fucking...
Doing
rugby league
yo-yos.
purgatory. Just like, yuck. I'm just kick chasing all this shit and fucking putting kick pressure on because these other guys were getting it and they were getting pumped coming out of yardage. He wasn't back there because it's all the back 5.
Yeah.
Get on the kick again and the fucking
Corey-
clock goes.
Corey Jensen, I got this one, bro.
Yeah.
I got this one. You're not paying
Nah. And even with Corey Jensen's an OG. He's played around for a little
Yeah.
bit. He's just like, no, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Like, and you can see it. I'm like, okay, when these big dogs are out, Xavier looks like he can take it because that's when they were out during Origin. He was doing those 180 metre games and everything like that. And then as soon as they come back, his stats goes down. He needs to find a happy medium where Payne's there, you're there. You know what I mean? Like find that. You're
Maybe you
first.
need to start a group chat and just send a few voice memos like a few weeks ago.
1A, 1B.
Get them both in there. Go,
1A,
baby.
1B.
I'll have to get him in. But he's a problem, right? But I need him to get the ball and like impose your will. Like Payne can't do it all.
I had a little back and forth with him too because I tagged him when you were trying to recruit him to the Bulldogs and just had a little bit of fun with him.
Has he got a broken arm?
Yeah, broken arm. Yeah, he's going to miss 4 weeks, I reckon.
Yeah, that's minimum 4 weeks.
Yeah. For the Rabbitohs, I noticed fans were frustrated with Jai Arrow. I don't know if you've seen, parts in the game when he's getting super frustrated. I love it from Jai.
Yeah.
Like he's out there, he's competitive, he shows he cares. He went over the top a little bit on Ezra at the back. Yeah,
Because they tagged me in like Jai Arrow's got Red Bull OG Dog of the Week. I'm like, did he play good? I think I got beat by 60.
Yeah. No, he was just pushing and shoving everyone, hitting people late. Yeah, he dived over Ezra Mann when he's like, even Ezra in that get up and like looked at him. So Ezra scores that last try.
He comes in.
And he goes over and like Jai dives on him.
Don't do that.
But also, Walshy and Ezra are looking at each other going,
Yeah, because you can't do that to these old. Jairo's been around for a bit, right? And he's like, don't you do that?
Yeah.
And it's a Queensland thing too. He's like,
He's a
Yeah,
Queenslander.
and that.
Like I think he's a junior, a Broncos junior, Jairo.
Well, he debuted at the Titans. I don't know if
Yeah,
he's
I
a
think
Broncos
he's a-
junior.
yeah.
I don't know if he's a Gold
thought he
Coast
was.
junior or a Brisbane junior. But
He's a Queenslander.
he's a Queenslander.
Who cares?
He's had big
He's at
games for
Suncorp, and he's getting embarrassed like that.
Yeah.
Of course.
yeah, he played for the Broncos
Yeah.
national youth comp team.
There you go.
That's what I thought. And then he Titans, and because, so he's always, he probably hate the Broncos because they let him go.
Yeah, true.
And then he went to the Titans, killed it. Now he's down here. He's frustrated. This guy's a proper, player, right? He's a first grade man, week in, week out. This is normal for him. You're playing with some guys there. I mean, Wayne said it, they're not used to the NRL.
No.
Playing week in, week out football. It's fucking all right to have 10 games here and there. But week in, week out football, 60 plus minutes in the middle. Jairo's been doing this for fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
He's frustrated, clearly. He's playing with some young kids that he's got to fucking nurture. Trying to get through games when you're beaten by 60, trying to keep it up, even when you're getting beaten. This is the biggest rain, 9 in a row now.
Yeah.
Some of these
busted.
games, some of these games, they're just getting beat, and you're just fucking there, and you're like, whoa. You're lucky that's all he did.
A really entertaining presser with Wayne after too. Yeah. So it's the most relaxed I've seen Wayne, and the reason is, I think sometimes he keeps up a guard when he's trying to play the media. I think it's got to the point now where they've got 14 first graders, 14 out of their best 17 on the sideline at the moment. That is crazy. And he said they legit only had 17 fit players to play the game.
Yeah, they had to forego the 18th man.
So Peter Mamazoulis was the 18th man, but he was no good if we called upon. Tyrone Munro was flown up on the day of the game because they lost maybe Mamazoulis in captain's run. And
That's unbelievable.
so they asked Wayne a question. They're like, I hear Cody was down on the field and said he's a chance of playing next week. Jai goes, who cares? And him and Wayne started laughing. and then they both, and then Wayne's like, he goes, we're playing with him.
Yeah.
It's got to the point now, it's like, we've got so many injuries and just
Just looking at when is the end of the year. Yeah,
It's just
I feel for the Rabbits.
Yeah.
I feel for him. I feel for Wayne. I don't like it when, if the Rabbits had their whole deck clean of playing.
So Jack Whiten got 4 games, so he's only going to be, and they've got to buy. I think Jack gets back for the final game against the Roosters. Keon Kalamatangi said last night on the show, the Sunday show I don't know if Fletch was taking the piss, but he's like, you a chance of coming back? And he goes, not supposed to be, but I want to get back for the last round. And he's like, why? Because he wants to prevent the Roosters from making the top 8.
They're going to do something like that. I bet they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Latrell's supposed to be back in a couple of weeks. Don't know what's happening with Campbell Graham. Cheese should be back in a couple of weeks.
That's what I think. They just the media's going a bit easy because the injury toll is we've never seen it before. And it's like you can't really hammer Wayne. You can't hammer the Rabbits. This is just very unlucky.
You need a
full
hammer.
deck of cards. You can get hammered, but you can't with the team they're putting out there week in.
And also Tallis Duncan was on. Tallis Duncan, you could tell. Did you watch it, Lukey?
I just watched the bit where
Super
Fletcher's
nervous.
like, what's in
Didn't
your
say
bag?
much.
When
Yeah.
Fletcher's asking about the man bag. That's as far
Fletch
as I
just
got.
kept on. Fletch kept on going. Tallis, you having a good show? Like Tallis, because Tallis was like
Nervous
just
as hell?
nervous as hell. 1 word answers.
Hindy was trying to get something out of his pocket as well, and it was kind of awkward.
Yeah.
What show was this on, Matty
On
Johnson?
Matty
Sunday night show. Yeah, it's funny with those two boys. They get a couple of
So
balls on.
uncomfortable, those chairs, man. They just need to change that shit.
On the show, they
It's the most uncomfortable lounge you can ever sit on.
Oh, really?
They look
Fucking
like the
sick.
same sort of couch that you sit on at the Bulldogs thing outside.
That's
what it looks like. Stiff,
Gotcha.
Oh,
curvy.
it's not built for footy players.
Yeah.
But it presents.
Built for
It
Matty.
presents
Matty's perfect on
awesome.
it.
Yeah.
It looks good,
Yeah.
but they're not comfortable.
Yeah.
And if you're
shitting yourself and you're nervous.
if you're a nervous kid and you're sitting there with these fucking
OGs
clowns
of the
around
game.
you, just taking the piss, and they all do.
Yeah, Fletchy's a tough guy.
Fucking hilarious.
Fletchy's good. Hindy's awkward. Like Hindy tries to match Fletcher's energy and just makes it awkward.
He's
and-
on everything now, doing Triple M and everything, is
yeah. Yeah, he does true. He does the scrum with.
I saw
Maroon.
him on the Saturday. Was he on
Saturday scrum with Maroon.
Oh, how's this? We haven't
He's
spoken about
everywhere.
it. On Fox now, they have a new memo where they have to use the players' names and not the nicknames.
Yeah, that's AFL. They did an AFL.
Yeah, so he's
Is it
brought it
coming-
over to rugby league now.
No, it's not.
You sure?
No.
Are you 100%? That's an AFL thing. You keep that away from us.
They talked about it was implemented last week.
Fuck off.
I haven't watched anything to notice, but apparently said we call him
Chat
Brandy.
GPT.
I did. I listened to an NRL podcast. That's how I found out.
Which
about
one? Shamus and that?
it. Yes, because that's what they were talking about.
Because I thought you read that out. Did you
Yeah,
last week?
so
No,
it's-
AFL?
we sent
AFL?
it, but it was the AFL. Not,
Yeah,
I haven't
okay.
seen
Instead
the
of
NRL
calling
version.
him Brandy, he has to be called
Greg Alexander.
Yeah.
No,
You didn't even know his name then.
No,
Yeah, 'cause he's known as Brendan.
Listen. I was listening back to the interview with Jahrome Hughes on the way in here, just getting all my preparation, and he goes to Jahrome, Brandy here.
Okay.
So it's an AFL thing.
Or they've just gone, this isn't a league thing.
Robbo, Mitch Robinson. Who else is our boy over there? Jamara. I don't know what's happening with Jamara at the moment with the
Yeah.
Western Bulldogs. But yeah, that's an AFL Fox. That's
That's wanky. It's going to sound so shit.
that's weird.
Because everybody knows them by their nicknames,
Yeah.
right? That's an Aussie thing.
Call Fletch Brian.
Fucking Nathan. Hey, Nathan.
Nathan and
Highmarsh.
Brian. Nah.
I can't call Nathan Highmarsh Nathan. I don't think I ever have. Hey, Heine.
Yeah.
You have
Change
to,
your name to Heine.
You have to be called Willimu.
Fucking William. Yeah, righto.
Willie.
William.
Crib. We talked about the dramas which involved the trainer in the Panthers' 30-point to 26 victory over the Titans. And despite the frustrations, the Titans, watching that second half, you can't stand and not stand and applaud Nathan's two-point conversion. Not only his ability, game management to get in that position, to execute it, and shout out to Mitch Kenny for the pass of the year. And I've seen the way under fatigue to nail that pass, which is on his wrong side as well. And he looks like he's carrying a rib injury too. Do you see him wince when he threw it? That's not. He's not wincing because that's a 20-meter pass. He's carrying something.
Yeah, he's Herschel.
Because I've done that before when I've passed the ball and it's like, So shout out to Mitch Kenny.
Yes.
What a great delivery from Mitch Kenny. And the Iceman does it again.
That was unbelievable because we'll watch. I always watch the game a little bit behind, and then on our group text, Nate
that's
Cleary with the brain. I'm like, what's this?
Sorry.
Because I was I wasn't that far behind. I'm like, he must because it was 28-20. I said he must kick a fucking two-pointer, and I was just waiting for it. You could just see it, and then he sprints back. I'm like, oh, you little.
Do you
fuck.
think it was better than the one off the? Remember they kicked for touch and he took that whole
Similar.
sequence.
No,
this
it's
one.
better.
I like that sequence better against Parramatta.
So do I.
Because he had to kick it out and he kicked it perfectly. So it did because he could have kicked it to the 30-meter line.
Yeah.
But I think he kicked it to the 35, got a tap, passed it back to the 40.
It was off the winger. He was first receiver.
Yeah, off the winger and then knocked it over.
Because it was out from the right.
Yeah, right.
And that was when they scored 14 in the last 5 minutes or something.
Okay.
I think did Parra end up winning that with Moe? He kicked it.
They got him.
I think Moe came back and won it.
Moe, don't worry. They did too.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They did.
so the Panthers.
Yeah,
So this
they
one's
did
better.
too.
But it
Yeah,
was
they
This
did
one's
too.
better
So this one's better because they won.
because they won.
Yeah.
God, I fell for the Titans, but Panthers. That was outstanding. The first half was clinical.
Did you feel for me when Lukey went the early crow on my fucking multi?
One more Toto.
So we were all watching, just to make sure that we're all got eyes on
was
the
watching.
prize. It wasn't an early crow. I never called it.
You've known me for 10 years now, Lukey. You've known me for
Yeah.
fucking nearly 10 years. So let me give you a
Yeah,
little bit.
give us some context.
So we're in the group chat. We're all watching the game. Obviously, it's part of what I don't know what you guys
we
are up
do.
to. You know I'm
That's what
fucking
we
watching
do.
the game. So we go bang bang. The multi's looking good.
It's because you didn't accept the collab.
Exactly
try
why.
justify
That's
it.
exactly why.
Don't try to justify it. So Lukey goes bang bang the multi after Dylan Edwards goes over, and then very quickly Blaze Talagi comes up with a huge effort on AJ Brimson. And then he goes, and now we just need Toto. And I was like, fuck, no chance. From that point on, all Toto did was yardage carries.
Yeah.
It ruins the game for him.
And it was one opportunity straight away in the second half where Isaac Tungle, all he has to do is draw and pass.
Yeah.
And he fumbled it and it goes forward. And I went, fucking Lukey. I just let it fucking win. And then we can go bang, bang, multi. Bang, bang, bang. We hadn't got the third bang. Don't go bang, bang. That's like going, yes, we're home when a horse is 200 meters to go and they just get dusted. Yeah, I was off it, and then Mace starts going, and then he's going Cleary emoji and fucking Mace, and I'm just thinking about my multi.
Oh, you're just seething.
Seething.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, also because of all this, the dramatics of the end and obviously the trainer and the JC conversion, not many people have been talking about this. 5 minutes after half time, Joey gets his shoulder in a really awkward position, gets up, plays the ball, doesn't come back on at all, Mace.
But he still kept playing when he got
for
on
5 minutes max.
It was like, oh, it didn't look good.
Yeah.
It sort of looked like it popped up.
Like he's-
It was like, oh, yuck.
Separated.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, yeah. And then he went off. That was big. He don't show any pain. He's fucking tough, isn't he?
Who Yowie?
Yowie.
He's an animal,
Jesus.
man. He is an animal. He
Barely
is-
gets injured either.
and very rarely. So here's my thing. In years past, they've probably been afforded in a finals run to be without one of their stars, and they've done it before. Naif's missed some time. Jarome's missed some time. This year they can't. Well, they definitely can't miss these two players, Nathan Cleary and Isaiah Yeo.
One of them.
I don't think they can make a finals run, finish in the top four, and beat these big teams that they've got coming up without one of those two.
Definitely Nath. But I think Yowie can be replaced a little bit. Because if you have, if Nath's out, right, you're going to have Schneider and Blaze.
Yep.
No. You can have him. You can have Yowie out and you can put Liam Smith back there.
Lindsay Smith.
Yeah, Lindsay Smith. And you can start the other, the kid who comes off
Henry.
Liam Henry at the top.
Yeah.
For 1 or 2 games.
Yeah,
I don't know. You could sort of do it a little bit. You're still not going to replace
You
someone
can still
like
run
Yowie.
that shape.
But you can run that shape. But
Yeah.
Nath does some shit that no one can be, you can't coach it.
You know what? You know why? It's a hypothetical though, because we've never seen it.
Yeah.
Yoey's always been there.
Yeah.
He's the ever present. The only time he's missed footy really is because he's been rested.
Yeah.
That's the only time in the last couple of 4 or 5 year run.
Yeah.
He did it. 2019, he dislocated his left shoulder against the Raiders, and he ultimately required Rico surgery.
Who Yoey did in
That was his left
2019?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm
His
talking
left,
about
so
the
it's
run.
his right
Sorry,
one now.
since the run 21.
So it's his right. I wonder how bad that is because that didn't look good. Took 200 kilos of fucking.
Well, the reason I think it's bad is because they were in a position where they were behind with 7 minutes to go. I'm going to go, all right, this is Yoey time. If he's okay. And they didn't put him back on.
You wouldn't, would you? If it was,
And Isaiah Papali'i at times, his ass was
he did well to push through that.
yeah, he did really
Come
well.
through like he got that fullback out the back. He was like everyone had it sort of off like not off games, just off like
Moments.
moments. Like even Nath defensively was lost
Yeah.
sometimes.
Got bumped off a number of
What
times.
is happening here?
Yeah.
He looked injured, like his shoulder. I'm just like, what the fuck's going on here? So that
Both of them all ran
had their
through.
little moment. Had their little moments where they didn't play their best. But Yoey's the ever present out there. You know what you're going to get. But I know what it looks like when he's not there because I've seen him in Origin. That,
Lindsay
Liam
Smith.
Smith looked all right at lock.
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
You hybrid Liam Henry and Lindsay Smith.
Liamsy Smith. Liamsy. Yeah, they can do it. But that just sucked. For the
Hopefully he's not out. I love him. He's one of my favourite players to watch. I just think he's a proper warrior.
Can you got another 5 to 10 minutes. If that's like a dislocated shoulder, fuck, that's
He's an
awful,
animal
mate.
if it is.
He's an
Because
animal.
he didn't give it much, right? Like he's obviously took his time and then was rolling it around. If it's
It can't be
serious,
dislocated if he was rolling it around.
he could just be an animal. He could be built different. We'll see.
Like that.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
I don't want him to be out either.
With the Titans, and we talked about this at the start around the lack of a penalty try. I'm lucky, I think it's lucky that Brian Kelly scored a try after they got a penalty for it, which finally got to the conclusion of a penalty when originally it looked like Casey Badger wasn't going to acknowledge the hit from Brian Toto. I thought there were 2 options once I seen it live and then seen the first and second replay. It's either a penalty try, which I still believe it was when Phil Sammy's diving for the corner for their first opportunity, or at worst, the other option is penalty sufficient, Brian Toto 10 minutes. Casey didn't find either of those options.
None of them.
She was I believe it was going to be a play the ball to Penrith. I firmly believe it was going to be a penalty. Liam Kennedy asked her to look again at it. Or what was the wording he said? The wording was from Liam Kennedy, are we happy for the lead-up play? Because in the description of her going through the process, she goes, everything's been cleared up into this point. Then she talks about the foot being over the line, and she says no try to the Gold Coast Titans. And then Liam Kennedy goes, are we happy with the lead-up play? Then they get to the decision of it being a penalty. They get the penalty, they get a 6 again, they end up scoring, which is, again, lucky because, mate. But realistically, it should have been either a penalty. It should have been a penalty try because Jaden Campbell still got a kick it from the sideline where Brian Kelly put it down, where it should have been a kick from in front.
Yeah, that was bad. It's just I'm like anything else but that outcome. Like he fucking clocked him. He was out before he hit the ground.
And Sammy had to go off for an assessment.
Remember the Jamie Ainscough 199 grand
fight? Yeah. Well, that's what Vossi was saying.
That's the one I always look at when he got hit by Aaron Smith or someone like that. Bang, he hit the winger.
Craig Smith, yeah.
Yep. Craig Smith, boom, penalty try, game over.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like to me. I'm like, yeah, he's knocked out before he even tries to get the ball out.
That's what Vossi was referencing in the call, wasn't he?
In my head, that's all I think about. It's just like, because that's the precedent got set back then. You get hit whilst in the middle of scoring and you lose control or whatever the fuck it is.
Crazy he didn't even lose control. He was just out,
held it like that.
and then put it down.
So you know what, right?
Yes.
That was crazy.
It didn't knock him out. So what it did was it startled him.
Yeah.
Because he gets a chop, right? You don't have to be concussed to be startled.
Yeah.
Bang across your chin, then self-preservation comes in, right? So your body tightens up. That's what happened to him. He lost
the ball.
He lost his motor skills for down the bottom, like his bottom half of his body. That means that leads to his foot slipping out. Whereas if he doesn't get that hit in the face, he doesn't stiffen up and he doesn't go out and it's a try. Like it had to be a penalty try.
Penalty try was mine. When I first looked at it, I was watching this one live. I'm like, it's a penalty try for sure. Yeah. Anything but whatever the fucking outcome was.
You know why I was hoping for a penalty try? Because going back to that fucking stupid bet. So I'm going penalty try. Because you know why penalty try? Because then Toto doesn't get sent for 10. So I'm like,
save him.
At those 2 points,
I need him out there. Those
are my only options. I need Toto out there still, right? And then she comes up with a third one, and I'm like, come on, bro. Like
something.
That was bad.
I wonder, will the judiciary sort of side him or anything like that?
No,
he sweet?
I think he's sweet.
Oh.
There was another bad call a little bit later on. I thought Chris Butler made a couple of really... So I always feel like at times I've got to make it clear. Like Casey's come up with a bad decision on that one. Chris Butler had one of the worst ones in the Warriors game. I don't know if you've seen when Dylan Martinez-Lesniak knocked it on in that game. And then also I was critical of... But the one part I do love, I felt like Chris Butler did 3 games over the weekend.
Consistency, yeah.
Like, consistency part. Maybe they're listening. I don't know. Who knows? Do they listen? Do your referees listen?
Yes, they should.
Even though I think you're making wrong decisions, I love the fact that it felt like Chris Butler did 3 games. Even though I don't think he
might have done 1.
Even though I don't think he's...
You feel like it.
Yeah.
Oh,
at least there's consistencies from his calls across multiple games, which I like. Shout out to JC, Jaden Campbell. You said AJ Brimson was good. How about these stats for JC? 15 for 240. Obviously, the pick to the house helps.
Could he fit to the OG, but I don't think he could, JC.
Just, but Brimo was awesome as well. And it shows that JC in the halves with Brimo at fullback works. What about... I was thinking about this when JC takes the pick and starts sprinting away. I was like, ooh, Brian To'o's might catch him. He's quicker than I anticipated. And when you're looking at, like, if you're a Penrith Panthers fan, the 2 guys, and Nate's got to chase because he's the one that threw the pick, but the 2 guys chasing are Nathan Cleary and Brian To'o. And I think maybe Milky Jenkins might have turned and chased as well from that side, but they just couldn't get there. JC's so quick.
Quicker than you think.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Yeah.
I reckon they thought they were going to rein him in.
He's so much like his dad.
Yeah.
He's like, is there a player that has a father-son combo? Like, he's just like a big, taller, because he's just as skinny.
Not as steppy, right? But probably more.
Pretty steppy.
Not just comparing
Not-
to his dad.
yeah,
His
yeah.
dad was fucking lethal.
You know why?
Jesus.
'Cause his dad had
Because
lower
he's
centre of
smaller. Yeah,
gravity.
so I was just saying he's smaller.
Yeah.
But he's still got it. But I'm like, I love seeing him play good.
How many times have we seen Presto just knock one up to himself and take it to their house?
And it looked like it was old boys' day up there.
It was Old Boys Day. Birdie was there. Yeah, I see Birdie
saw
was
it,
there.
man. Skull and Guinness or some shit.
Yeah, was he?
Had it all in his mo. It's like, get off. Fucking unfollow this fuckwit. I'm going to mute him.
Did I tell you how Birdie complained because he didn't think he was invited to the golf day?
What?
Yeah.
Come on, Birdman.
Yeah, Birdman's coming down. Can't wait
One of the first ones picked.
Can't wait to.
Yeah, he was the last standing with me, so
Yeah.
you can't not get picked
No,
again.
Birdie's always going to be there, and I can't wait to listen to the stories that we can't understand.
Yeah, I just can't. I can't stand. I love Birdie. I can't talk to him
Halfway
anymore.
through it, and just like, fuck, I don't even know what you're saying because of your voice anymore.
Especially in a conversation, he thinks he can still hold a conversation without fucking anyone hearing you, mate. So I can't deal with this, Birdie. Fucking hell.
JC when they were chasing, I was like, I'm thinking, I've got my Penrith coaching hat on. I'm like, all right, that's great because those are our two leaders chasing and putting in that effort and making him kick it from the sideline, which he missed too, by the way. But then I'm like, which is obviously important. They don't get to extra time without it. But it's like Nathan Cleary and Brian Toto, who both had soft tissue injuries in the last.
Don't chase. They would have been going as fast as they,
It won them the game. Like it won it. Like they're not in that position, and Nathan to kick the penalty
Yeah,
goal.
you're right,
Remember
you're
how I
right.
brought up the Ruben Garrick
Yeah.
thing? Let me confirm that. I just wanted, I remember thinking that at the time, and I just want to make sure because I know he missed 2 kicks, JC. So that one at the end, obviously, and then I'll see if he converted his own try, which will be easy to find. He scored in the 53rd minute and no kick after. He missed the kick. Big play.
Big play.
Big play. Nathan Cleary, Brian Toto, Bizza, all the way from the opposite side. That's what those are championship plays.
That's about it from that game.
Yeah, I'm just looking, this is the lowest game.
Yeah.
Dragons 18th.
All the
Defeat.
rest of Super Saturday was fucked.
Yeah, the Roosters and Eagles game was.
Oh, mate.
yeah.
Oh, it's just, that was a tough. I mean, these would have been great games if it was dry football.
Yeah.
The weather was
It's 100% the weather. And round 20, round 22 was a tough watch of the week. This was the round 22 tough watch of the week. Dragons don't care. And you know what? I love watching teams like this at the end. I don't know if you've seen all the way to the death when Gutho went to go submit an tackle and Joseph Tarpanay pumped him.
Yeah.
And they get into a little bit of back and forth after it. But I was just like, you're looking at Clem, you're looking at
What are you doing with
Gutho.
taps? You don't do that around here.
He's a repeat offender.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So Gutho tried to take a tap with 30 seconds to go, run into Taps. Taps just cleans him up. Gutho's looking at him. Then they go back and forth. They eventually hug it out 5 minutes later. 'Cause it was the only game that I watched all the way until them shaking hands to see if they – because I know both of these two guys are really competitive, good dudes. I was like, for sure they're going to hash it out. And they were bickering all the way in their first opportunity to shake hands, and it wasn't until
The second one.
Gutho was about to do the Fox cross, and then Tups comes over, and then they're like, all right,
All right, cool.
but yeah, I just I hate it. Even though you got to be critical of teams and games when they're struggling, I love just seeing players get big. Like both the Dragons and Tigers getting big wins in games that they
Morale boosting, isn't it?
morale boosting and going against top 2 teams and getting wins. It's just.
It's a massive win for the Dragons. I
Yeah.
knew this was going to be a yuck game.
Yeah.
I just didn't think the Raiders would let this slip.
Yeah.
They're too good a side. And everyone probably thinking about when we get to the Dogs, they're too good a side. Quality will end up prevailing. No.
Yep.
And no.
Yep.
Because the fucking weather played a big part.
For
in
sure.
just bunkering down. You've got to play a certain style.
Yeah.
Can't go fucking east-west.
Without putting a damper on it, the 2 tries were again down King Tongi's edge, and the one part that I took from it, watching it, they need to figure out what's going on there, and it's hard when they're changing position. So obviously losing Vel a couple of weeks ago was huge because it's been I don't know how you pronounce his name. I keep hearing commentators.
Is it?
I've heard Fiengai, and then I've heard Fiene.
Yeah. Yeah, the centre.
I don't and there's Max and there's Matt, obviously.
Is he one of the twins, is he?
Yeah, he's one of the twins. Max is now playing at the the Dolphins.
Fainga twins.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. But I've heard Fiene as well, so I don't know what the pronunciation for the last name is. Anyway, let us know if you know, guys, in the comments. But on the first one, Matt shoots out of the line, and like you can see, King Tongi is like didn't see it coming. And then the next one, King Tongi goes shooting out the line, and Fiene just doesn't go in with him.
Fiengai.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Anyway, next week they've got a task. They're going to have to be better because they've got Nico, Britton Nikita, and Jesse Ramian coming to town.
They looked like they were going all right too yesterday. That shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've got a big preseason coming up with their defensive schemes.
Yep.
The Dragons. So everyone needs to buy into that shit, especially their edges. They let in a lot of easy tries where Timoko was just easy little balls there with Fiengai and King Tonga. Was that about they're down their side?
Yeah. Both
didn't look like stopping it.
Similar plays, and it looked.
One was he just cooked him, right? The other one was right in between it.
We'll see. So the first one, it's a slow play the ball because Tups is fucking around with Cookie.
Yeah.
And they're pushing and shoving, but it takes it's like a 7-second play the ball.
Gotta have your shit right.
So Fiengai comes shooting out the line and tries to solve it, but then doesn't get anyone, and then he just KO Weeks tips on to Timoko and he strolls through. Then the next one, Fogarty's out the back of straight, exact same shape, and then tips on to Matty Timoko again, no touch. This time Fiengai comes shooting
3 meters
at Fogarty. Yeah, so
weird.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be a part of my. The reason I brought it up because I'll be looking at that game next week, and I'll be having. I'm in and around Britton Nikita.
You're just going there all day.
Yeah, that's me age. I could have all 3 of them,
and that's a local derby, but you're going there all day.
Yeah,
for that one because he's not putting his body in front, Tongia, or like.
It's
in the
communication.
Or in the line or in front. Like you can't be in fucking have a little bit of a step behind.
They're doing different things. Yeah.
Totally different pages.
Yeah.
And I think it's all coming from the young kid, the 6.
Yeah.
And they need to fix that shit.
The way Ricky spoke after the game for the Raiders, it almost felt like he wasn't phased. Yeah. And he almost expected it. And dare I say, welcomed it.
Well, yeah, that's when you're at that stage of winning 10 in a row. We're due for a loss.
Yeah.
We're due for a loss,
especially for some of his young guys. So it gave him the ability to. He hasn't been able to go on a review in probably 10 weeks and go, "Fuck, we need to be better. We need to start ripping in. We need to concentrate." I think it gives them the opportunity. They've got Manly this week at home Friday night.
That's cold.
Yeah, it's going to be freezing.
But this is where you're like, there's probably how many games to go now?
4, including a bye for them.
Yeah, so if
they've got to buy the following week.
So they won 9 in a row. Did they? They're going for 10. This would have been their 10th.
I think they're going for 11.
Whatever.
Anyway,
so like, just say you have a little bit of a reset and then just try and go on a run again.
Yes,
that's the plan.
I reckon front load all the way into Manly this week. Who Manly have been a bit of a bogey team for them too, though. Manly have got a great record, even down at Canberra against
Fogarty going up against the new crew for next year.
And there you go. There's another storyline.
I think the Raiders, a loss will do them more good than less, right?
Okay.
Because of Ricky Short, the way that he coaches.
Yeah.
Like, just, you can see, you watch his depressors, and it's just like, that's the way he looks at things. Like, yep, fucking glad we got that loss out of the way. That's exactly how he'd be thinking.
That's what the sentiment was in the article.
That's the vibe I got from him. And every team in this.
Bound to get beat.
I can poke a hole in every team in the finals run out of my top 5 teams this year. Bulldogs, I think the small ball might get yous. Raiders, I think the good ball, I don't know what they're tossing up. Panthers, it could be injuries and just the run just has to come to an end with fatigue. Melbourne Storm, they're just nowhere near as disciplined as they have been in big moments of games. And the other one is Broncos. Broncos don't know how to grind out a win. So every team's got something. They've got like a hole I can poke in them out of the 5 main teams that I can win the comp. But watching them in good ball when they don't power through teams, I'm like, and I've been saying this for a while, like, what is their go-to? They don't really have shape that they can go to. And if they are going to win the competition, I feel like it's going to be like the 2026 premiership for the Sharks. 2016, premiership.
Grind it
out.
Stay in the game.
Like, if you think about Andrew Fafita and how awkward he was, that reminds you of Horsburgh and Huddy Young.
Brilliance. You're relying on that. When they get into good ball, they're relying on Timoko to do something good.
Yeah.
Tarpanay offload, Horsburgh offload, just individual brilliance. Like they have faith in their system. It works. Everyone pushing up with the ball, offloads, fucking run, attack, offload. This just play footy. I love it.
Let's go to the outside backs. I want to give you some comps and then KO Weeks has got a bit of Benny Barber about him.
Yep. Oh yeah. I agree.
Jamal Fogarty's got a bit of Chad Townsend about him. He does.
Yeah.
As if they're not both game managers. Yeah. Jack, I believe, was Jack Bird the 6? No. What's his name? Jimmy Maloney, ball running 6. Ethan Strange, ball running 6. Like, what's their best?
No, I fucking
Their
agree.
best work is supporting play,
Luke
right?
Lewis and fucking Huddy Young.
Probably Luke Lewis is more your Zach Hoskins on the other side.
Wade Graham.
Wade, I reckon Wade Graham
Horsburgh?
is Hudson Young. Horsburgh is Andrew Fafita. Yeah. They've probably got more senior players in. Even Matty Timoko is, what's his name? Ricky Latelli.
Yeah, he was outstanding. Even Val Holmes were outstanding in that little run.
It was Val Holmes on the wing.
Who was the fullback?
Val Holmes has got a bit of Xavier Savage about him.
Who was the fullback then?
Benny Barber.
Benny
Barber and KO Weeks.
Yeah.
On the left side, you had a young Jack Bird and you had, who was the other winger?
Val, was it?
Oh, nah.
Young
Fecky. Sorry,
Fecky. Fecky.
That's Civilio Tamale. How many?
It feels like it if you put it that way.
Oh, who's the Mick Ennis? Tom Starling. Not as much.
No.
Got both goals, both annoying.
Luke Lewis. Who was the other prop? Pryor.
Straight up and down. Little offload. Tarps is your Pryor. As if Tom Starling and Mick Ennis don't have that same grub about him.
He's got it in him.
So many similarities. Anyway, that's my Sam Tagatese, Mariota.
Yeah, he fucking could hit old Sammy, couldn't he?
Anyway, all right. Roosters 20 defeat the Seagulls 4. I talked about the lack of chat really around this game with the big matchups. Obviously, Sam Walker going up, all the chat around Ches. I reckon there would have been more of it if it wasn't for the next game following. And Robbo mentioned a few things in the presser. Then if Ches does go there next year, I want Ches to play 6. I want Sammy to stay in that chief playmaker role with 7, because at the end of the day, Ches is at max a 2-year rental, right? He's going to finish off his career there if he goes there. And Ches has got the ability, and I've said this all along, he can play 6, like he can play second fiddle. And then I thought Robbo mentioned a few things off the back of Sammy Walker's hit on Corey Waddell. He talked about contact. He talked about intent. And I think that was directed at Sammy Walker, because if Sammy gets the defensive part of his game, he doesn't have to be a huge hitter.
No.
But if he gets the defensive part of his game with the intent of body in front, then he can do anything offensively.
He's a gun.
He's got the full like that. The play where he caught the ball, flipped, hit the deck, put up that kick to Toops. No one else does that.
No one thinks that's fucking quick.
Maybe a young Ches.
You know, like he just does stuff that where you're like, oh, fucking who would even think to kick it, because there's no way he could run it over that way, right? And he just kicks it to Toops. Toops gets up, flicks it to fucking Crichton. Try.
Ches used to do that shit as a youngster, but he doesn't. You get a little bit older.
Yeah, of course.
He's still got a few tricks like that in the kit bag, but he reminds me so much of Ches as a youngster.
Yeah,
Sammy Walker. I reckon that's his.
I think everyone just looks at Ches the finished product.
Kossi from the Warriors has just joined the Rabbitohs. I got that wrong.
Who's he joined? The Rabbitohs?
Rabbitohs. Sorry, got that
That's
wrong.
good pickup. Ed Kossi.
Next year. Now? Or
I thought, wait. Is that?
For 6 and 7. Ed Kossi.
For 26 and 27?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good pickup. Yeah, good pickup.
Yeah, the Roosters, he's just hard to predict, isn't he, Sam Walker? And I think his defence is just going to come with the maturation process of him just getting the reps in from the preseason. And he's gotten a little bit bigger. Right? Yeah, everyone's going to say he's going to put on size. What are you expecting to look like Fogarty? Like, he just doesn't have those genetics. He just needs to be strong enough. And he's developing that. He's going to be 23 next year. He's a young man there.
Yep.
That's his 4th preseason, fourth or 5th. You usually go from here to here. And that's what I'll be looking at for next year with him. And he can just learn off DCE. What
do you reckon is going to happen with Savala? Now, I reckon 90% of the Roosters fans at the moment, you can see all the comments around it. I feel like the majority of them don't want Ches, especially with the way at the back end, what's happening here. And I guess
what usually happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course.
In these situations.
And I know if Ches goes there, he'll play well. But the big question mark is around Savala. I reckon they've made the decision. I reckon whatever's happening with Sandon Smith, he's going to be a player that moves on. Savala to maybe 14. I think maybe his future could be. He's got the potential to be Isaiah Yeo through the middle. I reckon.
If he looks at his potential, like he's got.
And does he want to too? Though?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's probably been that dominant kid all the time in the halves, and then he just grew. He grew.
Yeah.
Right. And he's 6'4".
He's huge.
But defending out on an edge as a 3-man compared to fucking in the middle. Grinding like that, like everyone tries to go. Oh, he can be Isaiah Yeo because what? Because Yoey's fucking tall.
But also, Yoey started on the wing.
Did he really?
Yeah.
When? He's fucking flag or something like that. Did he?
No, he played. I think
not first grade.
First grade, he definitely played on the wing at one point, but he started in the centers.
Row, like he was back row, wasn't he?
Nah, centers.
Centers back
center,
row, and
then he played a few games filling in if need be for the wing. That was like his first season, and then he went into edge back row, and then the year. He talked about it. The year that Ivan was thinking about moving him on, they made the switch to the middle.
Yeah, right.
And then his game went to a whole new fucking level.
But I'm just thinking with these proper ball players, they're trying to get like a Savala or these younger kids to try and get the Yoey sort of thing.
It's because he's got a Yoey type build.
That's what I'm saying. Because he's tall, but I'm like he's always been a half and a ball player. Like Yoey's probably always been tough, right? Playing the centers, playing the back row. It was a gradual move to in the middle. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, there's no question marks about where Teddy's going to be. I thought his defence was awesome over the weekend. I thought he's very lucky to be on the field, to be honest, and not get 10 minutes. And I want to ask you a question around as well. Maybe I've got my Manly cap on, so I want to ask you. But after he trying to stop the Kohler first try and he gets bumped off, he gets almost the exact same scenario 5 minutes later, makes up for licks him, gets the stop, and then inspirational and stops Ruben Garrick. Do you see when he kneed
the young kid
Lehigh Hopewadi in the head? How is that not so? I know they're different actions, but how is that not similar to Jack White last week being sent for 10 for duty of care?
Yeah, you're right. Just stop running or jump or do something.
It was an awkward jump. He went way too early. He got his timing right.
That's what. Well, you look at Jack White, and that's exactly got his timing right.
Yeah,
timing all wrong, and that's what happened to him. He could have knocked the kid out.
Is there? I know Lehigh's sliding towards the ground, but that's not like. Even though that would be considered mitigating circumstances, you have to factor that in for if you are running to contest the kick because that happens all the time. Whereas, if that happens to you on a carry and someone's running at you and they lose their angle, that I feel like that is the Taylor May hit on Stephen Crichton, where I said during the call, Jimmy Smith and Noddy are like, he's got to go because they just happened to safe. I went, no.
When Crichton hit him.
Sorry, Crichton hit Taylor May. I was like, no, Taylor May was slipping at the very last minute. And Crichton's level was low. It's just that Taylor May fell into it. So I was like, no, that's different. There's mitigating circumstances. Yes, there's mitigating circumstances in this one, but it's because fucking Teddy was going too. I thought he should have been sin bin, to be honest.
When you look at it and you say all those things, duty of care and everything, there was no duty of care.
No.
If you look at that, and then mitigating circumstances, like Teddy just running through, his timing was way off. If you say all these things, right, that's just that's your fault.
Yeah.
That's yours. So just slow down, get your timing right. That's just like anyone in defence. I fucking lick you and you're like, it's a normal one like Jack White and I just get everything mixed up. My head hits your head. Yeah. That's on me.
Yeah, well, and that's what's happened to Jack White.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what happened to Jack, so therefore maybe should have happened to Teddy because he had no care for Hopewadi.
No.
He just worried about himself and need him straight in the temple.
And there wasn't intent from either.
No intent.
Both of them were accidents, but that's the point. Both of them should have been ruled the same, in my opinion.
I'm with you.
Yeah. There's going to be pressure on Siebes now for sure. I hope he is, and it might be above him too. It might get to the point now where he's under that much pressure. But I hope I fully understand him moving Turbo at the back end of that game because he's trying to get something going. Leo also copped that knock. But I hope he holds his nerve because this is the best Turbo's looked physically, even though the results the last 2 weeks haven't been great.
Let's get him through the year.
But I won't be surprised if Turbo's not playing fullback this week.
Really? Because of how they looked for 5 minutes?
Yeah, because he's under pressure.
No, yeah, but they looked all right when Lehigh went off for HIA.
Yeah.
and he come on and they scored a try and they looked all right?
Yep.
Do you reckon he's just fixated on that 10 minutes?
No. They scored that try while Lehigh was on too. That was Lehigh's Turbo. That was just Turbo coming on.
Turbo just playing. Yeah.
That was still him doing that shape.
Oh, okay.
When he went to fullback, they didn't score at all. So yeah, they still had some joy.
They looked better when he was sort of around the back somewhere.
Yeah.
Just more of a presence, right?
Yeah.
You know, like you see Turbo around the back. If you see Lehigh Hopewadi around the back, you're not really that threatened.
Yeah.
Like he's going to be a really good player, but at the moment, they're still learning the timing and everything off him. They know it off Turbo.
Yeah, but
All the centers know the cadence.
If you're not watching Manly games week in, week out, you're not seeing the difference in the way Turbo is looking right now. Like physically, he looks so much better.
He looks good.
He does look so much better, and
He's going
for the long term.
Fullback.
I reckon they'll make the change. I reckon he won't be able to hold his nerve with it. Too much pressure. Too much pressure from inside, outside.
We're paying this kid 1.2 mil.
Yeah.
He needs to play fullback. I wonder.
We'll see. Tigers 28 defeat the Bulldogs 14. Mace, we talked at length about Adam Doueihi's effort. And I was speaking to a couple of Tigers players after the game as well around, how the week all went for a minute. And you know what? In hindsight, it makes sense. And Jahrome and Terrell said the same thing. It's like there was no need for it to talk about it. So many, it felt like there was so much talk about it that, why would anyone bring it up?
No.
There's no need to.
You have to. It's the elephant in the room, right?
Yeah.
Like, fuck, he left us. Let's just get it back. Like, it couldn't have worked out any better for the Tigers. They come out with it's just that desperation sort of moment as well, right?
Yeah.
Just say, Tigers, you don't want to get 3 spoons in a row.
4.
Fuck. So 4 in a row, right? Coach under pressure, the whole club's under pressure, young kids trying to leave, all that sort of shit. This is a game that can get this whole club back on track. So I think with those little, so just say out of desperation, right? Bulldogs are trying to go for what? A fucking minor premiership and finish first.
Yep.
The desperation between trying to finish in the top 4, wherever you're going to finish, or the wooden spoon.
Yeah.
What do you reckon's more desperate? And what's happened to the Tigers this year?
A lot of fans out there, especially Bulldogs fans, would be showing, no, we should be as desperate as what the Tigers are, right? But I understand it's a good question, and it is that's the word, desperation.
Yeah, it is. They look desperate. Way more desperate.
You want to win the top 2 because it's going to set you up well. You're desperate not to get be a part of a fourth wooden spoon.
So I think they just showed more desperation of not wanting to get the spoon, and the fucking little motivation is getting back at Galvin. Where that club that's coming up? Why'd you leave us? All that sort of shit. That would have been in their heads anyway. It's already been run through the ringer 1,000 times, but they turned up, and you had to play in the conditions. Everyone had to play in it. No fucking whinging about anything.
Fair.
You know, they all turned up. We were just a little bit behind.
We'll get to the Bulldogs in a bit.
Can I ask, conditions-wise, when you're in the Bulldogs position, you're going to be playing finals, is there any bit of you are like, fuck, I don't want to get injured in this
That's
fucking
That's what I'm saying. You want to like...
Does that make sense?
No.
It does,
and don't think for a minute that doesn't go through your
subconsciously,
head.
for sure.
Subconsciously, you think about that. You're like, I just want to get in the semis and have a good run, get through this dog shit at the end of the year. I'm pretty sure they don't give a fuck where they finish as long as it's top 4. Right?
Can you relate to this, Mace? At the back end of the season, it's a good question around where you are placed on the ladder. There was my first season because I didn't play finals at Para. The back end of the season, at the back end of games, once we had a decent enough lead, at the 65th minute, there was a part of me just going,
get me through this.
Just want to get through it now. I didn't start with that mentality because fuck, I just want to play finals, right? And I'm part of a winning team, so you're enjoying every moment. You get to a point back then, a 12-point lead was your home. Like very rarely did you get run down. So if we had a 12 or 14-point lead at the back end of the season, then I start thinking, all right, I wouldn't mind a sub or
Man, I get it. And then you think you feel like that. It's like a little bit of a subconscious, even before, during the week, and you just want to be part of a great team and you want to be healthy and little things like this play a part, a little minute part.
But also, and to clarify this, there should be no excuse for the start of the game.
No.
And that, you don't have that. Just that could be an excuse for the Bulldogs if they had the 28-point lead and let it slip. Not in a game like this, knowing full well that the Tigers were going to be pumped. Also with Doueihi, by the way, he was Mace's OG Ball of the Week. So go and look at that at the start of the episode if you are looking to see more on Doueihi. What do you reckon Doueihi's number is? Did we discuss that? What's his number? What would you sign Adam Doueihi for right now for the Tigers?
Because I was just about to say, how good is he playing if he's off contract? 750?
750 is too much.
Is
his
it?
injury history for me.
He's 26 years old. I still think he's heading to his prime, and he's not doing himself any.
I know, and I fully appreciate that.
600.
And you got to think about it with your Tigers hat on. He's missed almost 2 full seasons. Yeah. I reckon if you could guarantee me that he would play for the next 2 years fully fit, 750 is a great number. But I have to factor in the injury history. So he's for me. I reckon he views himself as a $750,000, $800,000 playmaker. He knows what they offered Lachlan Galvin too. He's a smart, he's a switching on dude, Adam Doueihi. And I reckon the Tigers are somewhere around 500. And that's what's holding it up.
Yeah, it has to be.
I read St. George wanting to make
Dragons
an
are
offer for him.
keen.
I wonder if they'll pay him that much.
I reckon they would. The Dragons would for sure.
I reckon he's a class half. He can play 7 or 6.
With Atkinson?
Yeah, I reckon. He can control the team. He's proved it before. He just needs to stay healthy, Doueihi. That's all it is, and that's what you're factoring in. And you got to do that. Your best ability is availability.
Can he do it?
Can he do it? But where would you be? 650 if you're trying to keep him?
6 max.
Yeah, but you're
I'd
right.
go 1.2 over 2.
You're right. What you're saying with the Galvin thing, you just offered this little $1 million a year.
Yeah, 1 million, 1.2.
Yeah, you offer me this. But
by the way, ran into Buller before the game as we were coming through. He's put on weight.
Big O.
He's getting bigger. He's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
I hope they can keep him, After all this shit, after all this that they've gone through, it's going to be tough. Isaac's his manager. It is what it is.
If they can string if they go on a little bit of a run here, get some confidence in the whole joint. You just beat the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Right?
By the way, we correctly predicted, because of the video, I reckon that affected the way that it all went down. But what did we say? Seyfarth and Marnie, 10 in the bin. We were 1 from 2. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Seyfarth couldn't help himself. I love him. I love watching him. When he hit Max King with the ball in there. Oh, God. But he was chopping Max. Well, Max did everything in his fucking right not to hit him.
Yeah.
A little scalp in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Fucking, what are you doing, you dick?
Yeah.
Then the ball in the head.
And the
fucking
steed into
topped
the noggin.
it all off. That was a clear little cue to just start throwing them back in the day.
Yeah,
ball in
would have
your
been.
head,
Yeah.
you're fucking going. And that's exactly what it was, but you just can't with these 2 dogs out there like that. He's going bang.
And he had so much mud on his face, and we just wouldn't wipe it. It made it even better.
You couldn't do.
He's
You
covered
can't
in
do
mud.
anything about it, right? And that's the most disrespectful thing you can do. Is throw a fucking ball at someone's head, right? If I threw a ball at your head, that means I'm punching the shit out of you. We're going at it.
You could try.
But now you're like bang, ball in the head.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
And
Seyfarth moves around like he's the main character sometimes.
he's the main character. He captained him last year. He's the main character.
What's his deal with
trials.
What's his
Fuck
deal?
it,
Who
with
cares?
Seyfarth is good. I think he's
Couple years?
Yeah, I think he re-upped.
Yeah, he re-upped.
Man, if he can get this shit out of his game,
I don't mind. It sort of
man,
makes
he nearly cost him. Like they were
Sorry,
attacking.
yeah, 'cause- yeah,
they
you
were
did,
up by
yeah.
12. They did a great job of defending it, but they had the ball 40 metres
Yeah,
out.
when you
He
think of it
turns the
like
ball over, and then he's from the 20-minute mark to the 10-minute mark. They had 12 players because of him. But his first 25 minutes were awesome.
I didn't
He
think of it
fucking-
like that. I like the shit in him, but you can't do it in today's game.
Yeah.
Just get it out. I know, a lot of these players are built like that, but it's you're going to cost your team. If he did that and cost his team, and we had scored in that little bit, and then we go on a little bit of a run, because we had every right to, because they were under fatigue, we had all the ball, we just couldn't execute.
Yep.
And they did great to fucking repel us the fucking whole game for the whole 10 minutes. So I'm like, wow. The other side of it is we come up and Dush is up, and then he comes back on with 3 minutes to go, and it's fucking game over. How you feeling? So I don't think that's happened to him yet in his career. So I don't just get it out of your game. You just can't prove that you're tough these days. You can play to a certain degree, but then to the game, to the rules, and then you get sent.
All right, what about your guys? That's 4 out of 5 losses in the rain now.
Yeah.
You've lost 5 games this year. The only game that didn't involve wet weather and almost torrential rain was the cliffhanger against the Panthers, which was a finals type game. So that was a great performance, but that was a good loss.
Yeah, it was a good loss.
The other 4 losses, against the 2 Broncos games have both been in wet weather, the Tigers game, and going back to...
Who else got us?
Oh, fuck.
No. Canberra.
We come back 20-0 Canberra. Who got us? Cowboys?
Broncos twice. Oh, the Dolphins pumped you
Fins,
in the
yeah.
rain. Fins
Yeah.
up. Fins up.
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was with the Origin players out, but they were also missing heaps of
they were
truth.
missing-
Remember, all 4 games now have been torrential rain. My thing is,
Just don't rain.
I think it's your small ball. It doesn't suit the rain. So watching you live, both back-to-back weeks against Manly, the kryptonite against Manly that served you guys well. Anytime there was an offload, shift, get to the other side of the field, spread the line. You can't do that in the wet.
Yeah.
Because you're too small. So then the player who stood out for you is Kurt Mann.
Kurt Mann.
But the
My man, your man, Kurt Mann.
That's who you are.
Yeah, he did. Because if he didn't come off the bench and spark us up a little bit, that could have been a bit of a toweling up here. Yeah, that's fucking bizarre.
Need a few
or
more.
alarming.
Alarming. Saluka Fafita potentially in bigger games, wet games. Satili Tupanua is going to be better for those games.
It's the offloading thing, but when we go shift for shift and we have these real wide spreads, like when we get in the middle part of over the 20 and in their 20s, in that little bit, we play we'll have 3 or 4 shots at you.
Yeah.
And that fatigues the shit out of you by the back end of the halves.
And even if they're not full length of the field, like sideline to sideline shots, even playing close to the line where you get one-on-ones, those weren't working.
No, nothing. We need to figure that out. Because what if it just pisses down rain in the first semi?
Yep. September.
Yeah.
How many times it pelts down. One thing I noticed too, two really nice moments straight after full time. Critter sprinted about 30 or 40 metres to go straight up to Galvin and spent a minute with him. And all I seen was just Galvin nodding the entire time. And then it was cool to see Lockie go up to Jahrome and have a bit of an embrace.
That's cool.
Left it all out on the field. It's all done now. I think for Lockie, he's got this part. There'll still be animosity from Tigers fans and the Tigers players for Lockie moving forward for sure.
Forever.
But this will be the one where Lockie just wanted to get through this game.
Yep. Critters shows some great leadership skills, people don't understand. He's 22, 23 years old.
Yeah.
He's a kid, man.
He was going after it. He was getting frustrated.
I loved it,
He was trying to take
He's fucking lipping Taruva and everything when they scored
Jahrome.
that try.
He dropped all his body weight onto Jahrome on that loose ball.
I love it. He's got
Made a
that
few
dog.
errors.
He's got that dog in him. Back into the half back into the game when it needed to be need to ice those things. But
he missed a few
we're on different
opportunities.
page. We're on a different page.
Yeah.
I
don't think Carraz at fullback is an option for you guys. I think they've got to change
we
it.
miss Tracy
Big time.
mate, because it fucks up our back five.
Yeah.
Because Carraz is so good, on the second carry.
His play twos are awesome.
Because his offloads are awesome, right? Because he's the one who leads the offloads. I think he leads offloads in the whole comp, right?
Yeah.
So him come and play twos, just doing whatever he does. I don't think he knows what he's doing. Late offload, that fucking one over them. There's 3 or 4 on him. Go through the middle, quick play. That generates so much for us. But you're right with that.
I think he feels like he has to do too much.
Yeah, I thought he was outstanding. You dropped that ball late in the half. That was, but he was outstandanding other than that.
They had a little shift where they went Critter into the attacking fullback role once they got inside the 20. I reckon
It's hard.
I reckon maybe look at Critter as fullback full time. I don't know. That's something they could tweak.
What about the tackle on Talon, where Talon clearly slipped? He got his head. He obviously stays out there, but
I reckon they held that right.
No,
I think by what we wanted is right because the mitigating, but it's still not consistent. That's the point where
yes, it
people have
is.
issues
No,
with.
I disagree with you. I like that one, Lukey, and this is what I said during the call. So Alex Seyfarth, he gets sin bin before because there's no mitigating circumstances on his hit on Max King, or who was it? Was it Max King, Curran, one of them middles? Because when you're a middle and a middle's running at you and you don't get your target
the shoulder
right
in the head.
and you shoulder someone in the head, that's a penalty. Critter shoulders Taylor May in the head, but he's dipped so far down.
Seyfarth knew where his head was.
Yes, and Taylor May is slipping into the contact. I thought I was happy with a penalty
I'm with him.
and Critter staying on the field.
Yeah. Seyfarth one was like he saw that. He saw his head. He could. That's where you've just got to go. care of duty, right? I can shoulder this guy straight in the face, or you can just sort of get in there and just get your hips in. But yeah, the one that Critter did, what was he supposed to do?
I agree. And that's what they said.
They handled it brilliant. They handled it brilliantly.
But it just needs to be consistently like that. I think
that's
my
why
point
I'm pretty sure either the G-Man ref this game. It was Atkins. That's why. Atkins caught it. That's consistent. He's consistent with stuff like that. Sharks 32 defeat the Cowboys 12. Mate, the Sharks are now on 28 points, which is 2 points off the Warriors, who are fourth. So they sit on the same amount of points as the Broncos, and the Panthers are 1 point in front of them. They're not the prettiest team in the comp, but that won't bother them. It's just like,
where was this team last week? It was just like they just let South in it. This one looked clinical. Totally different vibe.
In the conditions, like they're such a weird team, the Sharks. They're such a weird team.
That Brayley's in good form.
Yeah, he is.
He's picking his right ones, the right runs.
Nice little kick for a try too.
Blade, the kick, like he's mixing it up with the best of them.
Yeah,
I think he's playing, obviously playing for a bigger contract, so pay him his money.
Do you know what's the funny one? Like, so I thought two big outs last week were Talakai and Nikita. I think in particular with Talakai, when Kale Iro plays, he's a gun. He scores. I think he scored fucking something ridiculous, like 10 straight or whatever. But I think Talakai brings out the best in both Mulatalo and Will Kennedy. I reckon the shape around that left edge is fucking 10 times better when Talakai's out there. Kale will score, but Talakai makes everyone else look better around him.
Yeah, because he runs everything. Like his decoys aren't like
no.
You got to check him until then he runs real bang straight on your inside shoulder real late. He runs them perfectly.
The first Mulatalo try, he runs a mad line inside. Will Kennedy gets out the back. He's able to do that nice tip on because Will Kennedy doesn't want to do the cutout. That's not in his game. And then the second one where I think they went a double shape across his face or a block for block and they hit Talakai on a down line. Robert Darby hits him exact same time as he catches the ball, but he still just like goes through, bang, over the top to...
That was good. That ball. Yeah. He does a feel though. A little flick one there, this one here. His skill set is so good, Talakai. He's probably the best 14 in the game.
Yeah.
Imagine having him off the bench.
Be awesome.
You'd be like, fuck, you wouldn't care if anyone got injured.
There's rumours that he could be moving on because they're trying to keep other players or prioritise other players.
Jeez.
Maybe it's because of the Brayley contract.
Yeah. Fuck, he'd be outstanding.
He'd be a good pickup
in any team.
Yeah.
Wow, because he just brings so much ferocity. Whatever he does, he hits like a truck. He runs like a truck.
His play
great
twos
skills.
are awesome.
Like you're like, fuck. What else do you want?
And
play multiple positions.
I think with the Cowboys, just quickly, I've got an updated information. I think with the Cowboys, you know how much we both love and froth Tommy Dearden and Ruben Cotter. I reckon their progression next year as captains, they look to me as they're just purely lead by actions guys. So when things start to snowball for the Cowboys, I sort of watch the body language and I watch how they sort of talk and seeing what the comms are like. They don't strike me as that's natural to them.
No.
And I'm not within the four walls and I can't, it's hard to tell, but I feel like they need to take the step because they've got so many young kids in this team that when one thing goes wrong, it fucking snowballs for them. And it can also go the other way. Once they start to get energy and they come up with a big moment, then all the young fellas get on top of it. Yep. But watching it all unfold for the Sharks, as I was driving back from that game, I was like, once they lose control more than any other team, they're done.
Yeah.
And once they get it, they can be as dangerous as any other team.
And it happens in little spurts with the Cowboys.
20 minutes on, 20 minutes off.
10, 15 minutes. It's like, where's this team? What team's coming back? And it's all like, it's all these two. It's all Dearden, right? And Dearden, both these guys' leadership would be a lot different than a Critter, right? They're just country Queensland boys, just love their footy and they're fucking outstanding at it.
Yep.
And I just don't think they understand their weight in the locker room.
Yeah, it's a good point.
They're just young, especially Dearden. I think Ruben Cotter's a little bit older. I think he just strikes me as I'm fucking go out there and rip in as hard as I can for you.
You understand this? I think their humility gets in the way.
Yeah.
I don't think it's in their nature to be rah-rah guys. So they're just like, I'll just do it by actions.
Yeah.
They've got to develop that. They've got to develop being, all right, we're now co-captains. We've been in this role for 2 years. We're established Origin and Australian players. Fucking get behind me.
Yeah.
Be able to give them a spray.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And it's like it's a fine line, right?
Yep.
Between the spray and just fucking get them motivated, you know what I mean? And concentrate on your own game. Where I'll be like, I'd want my 7 just to be just do your job.
Yeah.
We got you. Where Ruben Cotter should be like that with him.
Yeah.
But then again, you want Dearden spraying your fucking middles
Yes,
and
I do.
coming off the bench. So it's a fine line with the leadership from a 7. And he probably looks at himself, he goes, have I established myself yet? Yeah, you fucking have.
Yeah.
You've arrived big time a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Same as Ruben Cotter a couple of years ago. You're one of your top 3 or 4 in your position in the world.
Ruben Cotter should be spraying any of his middles when they're not putting kick pressure on, getting legs, all those little 1%ers, because that's what he does every time. And Tommy should be spraying his outside backs when they make errors and they have unforced errors, or they make a fucking read and they don't put their body on the line and they miss their one-on-one tackles. They can do it together.
Things that you do, because they lead by actions, right?
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not telling you anything that I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
You know, and I think they would respect that. If it's coming, I think less is more sometimes with some leaders.
Yep.
And Dearden could be like, I think if he says some shit to you, it would hurt.
Fucking oath.
It'd hurt your feelings.
Fucking oath it would.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, because this little prick is our best player and he fucking rips in all the time, same as Ruben Cotter. If Ruben Cotter had a crack at you,
what about when he made
Something up.
He made that tackle one-on-one on Teague Wilton on the line. I looked around, I was like, they come in, they're sort of pumped up. I was like, fuck, if
get around him.
If a half had done that for me as a back row and you make that tackle, get pumped up and come up with a huge set after.
Then the next set, get in there back 5, if middles, anything.
Yep.
Got to be inspired.
Hope you're inspired after that episode, Levels listeners. We are off. We will see you on Thursday. Got an early start, mate. 6 o'clock. I've got my golf day on Thursday. So we'll see you on Thursday for the preview of round 23.